Yo, what's up? Squeegee Live Podcast. I'm here with Seth Byers, Tim Huber, my boyfriend, Mark Tanner.
Yeah.
And our guest this evening, Kevin Hargis. How you doing, Kevin?
I am doing wonderful.
Gnarly,
Thanks
dude.
for having me on the podcast.
Oh, you know it, man.
Sleeveless Edition podcast.
The Sleeveless Edition, yeah. I still have that. I still have that shirt here at my house. You know, one of these days I'm going to send it to you. It's all self-addressed and everything, ready to go. I just, need to walk it to the fucking post office. No big deal.
Don't your mailboxes, don't you have a little flag on there? You just throw it in the mailbox?
I could do that, I mean, did I say it
That's
made
a lot
sense?
of effort there, Kevin.
Yeah, I didn't say any of it made sense. I just told you that, I have it, and one of these days I'm going to give it to you. I didn't say it made sense. I'm terrible with that stuff.
What's with all the, in the background there? Are those certificates of attendance?
Look, if you're going to give me shit about something, those are certificates of completion.
Yeah. Okay. Okay,
so I completed the online video, and I got the cert. This is that was 2 videos.
Fucking Mark wasn't on last night and comes straight out hard body. Just like fuck it.
Hey, I got it pent up, man. I watched that podcast on my way home from Tennessee, but it was good. I actually go, all right, I'll listen to a little bit of it and then listen to a podcast and then listen, but I drove straight through, listened to the whole thing. It was good. Cool. And I'm glad they had Jason on. He's really good on there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Snyder's always fun.
Yeah.
It's like my oldest friend in the world, man. I've known
cool.
Jason since I was like fucking 14,
Yeah.
Oh, wow, what was life like?
He was slobbing his now before he was slobbing yours, Mark.
Well, I can tell you this. Being around both of them in person at the same time, I will just say this. Between the two of them together and probably 10 to 12 years prior to meeting either one of them, I could see that was definitely trouble right there.
Oh, yeah.
I knew there was a lot of mischief.
Dude,
I didn't have to ask a question.
I sat in the car with them for 10 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just TJ getting fed up with Jason in the back just talking shit behind his head for 5 hours.
Fuck. That guy. Me and Jason, we have almost come to blows on several occasions.
You're not a true friend unless you.
I mean,
either fought or
several
almost
occasions.
fought,
I mean,
right?
we haven't not since we were younger, but definitely a few times he almost got beat up.
I could see that because you both kind of got that little bit of over the edge cockiness about you,
Yeah, that, and neither one of us will back down from an opinion.
But I feel like, and I could be wrong about this, he ramps up a lot quicker than you do.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I could see you being a little more reasonable, stepping back, planning the move if you have to, and he's like fucking on fire, ready to go.
Yeah, that's definitely Jason.
I kind of figure that just his personality,
Jason is a hair trigger. It takes a lot for him to go, but once he goes, that's it.
Yeah,
you know,
it's out of control.
It's out of control. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
I just try. I try. You know, like I said, I diffused every argument because I don't want to beat Jason up. That's the last thing I want to do is beat Jason up.
I don't know. I think with TJ, I think the hair trigger thing, it just depends on what the subject is. Because there's some stuff you're like, whatever. And then there's other stuff, boom!
Yeah.
It's just right now. Boom.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm only, I get pissed off, like, when people fuck with my friends. That really irritates me. My family, of course. That you fuck with my family, that's a hair trigger for me. And when people fuck with drunk people in a bar, there's nothing that pisses me off more than that. When someone like goes out of their way to fuck with somebody. Like every argument or fight I've ever been in, you know, is always been at the defense of someone else. That's not a joke.
Yeah.
I've never picked a fight. But man, like if I see somebody trying to take advantage of someone, I go out of my way to be a prick. I can't help myself.
Yeah.
I can't. That's why I can't go. I can't go out anywhere. I can't go out at all. I can't go anywhere. If I go out to a bar, I will fucking most likely we're gonna have to leave because I'm either A, gonna get hauled off in a cop car. That's how we'll leave, or B, I'll almost get hauled off in a cop car. It's gonna be one of the two. I'm either leaving in a cop car or just about to leave in a cop car. I don't go out anymore. I just can't. And nowadays it's even worse.
Attached to a bar, I don't go to it. There has to be a restaurant attached to a bar.
You're right about that. That's smart. That's the smart way to do it. Because if you just go to a hole in the wall, you're most likely I will find a way to get fucking in trouble with someone. I'll find a way. Right. Usually Jennifer starts everything. It's usually Jennifer's fault. Believe it or not. It's usually Jennifer.
I could buy that.
Oh, yeah? Well, my boyfriend will beat your fucking ass. Oh, okay. Sweet.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. But I see, you probably a lot less likely to have those issues since I've met you.
Oh, yeah. I don't, not anymore. I used to be really bad. I don't really drink anymore, so that really helps.
Yeah.
That can definitely fuel that fire.
Yeah, it depends on what you're drinking. I'm one of those guys that everyone likes at the bar because I don't fuck with anybody and I'm just there to get hammered. So
right.
I'm more likely to get in a fight at a concert than a bar.
Yeah.
The last and again, not kind of like what you were saying, TJ. I'm not there looking for a fight, but like one of the last festival like concerts we went to, some drunk idiot and starts pushing and shoving, and it's like, hey man, just chill out. And then doink, here comes the fist, and then so I guess fortunately in that case, Celeste was like, oh no, this ain't happening here, and backed the dude up with her ass. Was just like, no, you're not going. And like, long story short, we get to the end of it and we out, and I'm like, why didn't you just let me hit the guy? And she's like, you were gonna kill him. I'm like, well, yeah, but
well, that was the plan.
What changed my attitude was I got arrested on my 39th birthday at an IHOP trying to get into a brawl. So, and then like I got disorderly conduct.
Not to interrupt you, Tim. Hold that thought. I see you more as a Waffle House guy.
Yeah, we don't have one, or I would be. I promise you, I would be. But you don't take a guy that's been fed shots all night long to an IHOP.
Bending one of them heifers over the counter and lifting that big brown skirt up.
Oh wow, dude!
Anyway,
smacking.
So I got charged with disorderly conduct. My lawyer said, dude, you might as well just go ahead and plead because you don't want the tape played in open court because you were pretty bad. So I ended up disorderly conduct, and I do 40 hours community service. I ended up my community service was cleaning windows downtown. So I ended up doing I did the projects that they wanted me to do, and I got all my community service done in 10 hours instead of 40. Yeah. So that's where I switched to. There has to be a restaurant with a bar.
No. My wife and I went to a concert, and we have an amphitheater here. Excuse me. And there's grass seating, and there's like 4,000 seats in a slope of lawn. And I never want. I only one time I sat on that lawn, and that's the last time that'll happen. But it was a concert that sold out pretty quick, so my wife really wanted to go. So I go, all right, we'll go sit on the lawn. So show up. She's got the blanket for us to sit on, grab a few beers, and these young kids, I would say maybe between the ages of 21 and 25, were right behind us, like 4 of them, right? So I'm just having a good time. They're smoking dope. I don't say nothing. Everybody is. It's cool.
It's cool.
And all of a sudden, dude, a guy next to me about my age, he kept looking back at these kids, right? And then he kind of made eye contact with me and looked back, and I turn around. There's one of them was peeing on the ground, right? So I go, hey, man, why don't you have a little respect? And he's like, what'd you say? And I go, listen. I go, your concert experience is about to get really fucking bad. And he goes, there's 4 of us here. And I go, and I will hurt at least 2 of you.
Right.
I will hurt at least 2 of you before you're able to fucking stop me.
It reminds me, that's that Jack Reacher quote. There's 5. It's 5 against 1. He goes, no, it's 2 against 1. He goes, because I'm going to hurt the first 2 of you, and the other 3 are going to run away.
I said, you might fucking get the better of me, but you will remember me tomorrow. Yeah. And then the other guy, the guy that kind of nodded, he fucking stood up, and then I thought shit was going to go down because he wasn't having none of that. And he's like, the kid's got something to say, and the kid's like, nah. I go, look, dude, just have a good time and show some respect. I said, but I'm just telling you, 1 drop of that gets on my fucking blanket, and we're going to have a big fucking problem.
Right.
Fucking animals, I swear to God.
Who does that anyways? Who fucking does that?
Dude, you haven't even developed a frontal cortex at that fucking point in your life.
Yeah, that's true.
Animal idiot.
Well, that's
true.
how to use it.
Right.
Dude, you just wandered around causing trouble. That's your entire life.
Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
What's going on down there in Miami, man?
What do you mean?
That dude that shot that new dad because he's tripping on mushrooms.
Dude, I'm going to be honest with you, Tim. I'm pretty shitty about watching news now. I was working in Miami. That building that I sent you a picture of, TJ on the Voxer, that was in Miami, but I didn't hear nothing about that. Honestly, dude, every time I watch the news, I ain't going to sleep and I get fucking angry. So I'm just kind of tuning that shit out.
I avoid it like the fucking plague now.
I don't see any news and stuff on Facebook. I don't watch any of the stuff.
The guy was fucked up on mushrooms and went after a toddler. And the guy stepped in front and the guy ran away and shot off his gun. And, he felt empowered, is what he said, because he was high on mushrooms.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I just don't have the patience for the news anymore. Too much fucking Joe Biden. That dude is fucking so embarrassing.
Right.
It's a moron.
Yeah. I really don't even want to fuck. I'd rather sit here and talk with Kevin and pick his brains about Into the Flow group than fucking just fuck that asshole looking at his watch for 20 minutes. No offense to the Flow, dude. I'm a member. I always preface Kevin first and say, "Is this okay?"
Right.
And he says, "Put a couple butterflies in the background and we good."
Rainbow, a unicorn, something. Just throw something out there.
Right.
No, you all do good in anything that you post into the Flow. There's some of the comments or questions, and I can see Mark. Literally in my head, I can see Mark going, "Oh,
I'm ready to explode."
900 times.
That's why I don't fucking say. Yeah, I don't fucking say anything.
I gotta, hey,
Yeah.
stop using Zap.
Yeah. I'm gonna inject it through my water filter.
Fucking Philip, you fucking turd herder.
Simple.
Well, sorry, as Phil would put it, Zeb.
Zeb, yeah. Put a little zeb in my
I squirt the Zeb through the
my God.
in the world.
What I like my favorite is watching him fucking cut those carbon fiber poles without any fucking PPE. Just fucking breathing all that carbon fiber in. You are a fucking momo, bro.
He's sneezing carbon fiber into his
The dude is such a fucking goofball, man.
See the video he did the other day where he had arced a battery just to prove that it was a live battery?
You're comparing
Because
a
he's putting
12-volt battery to a high tension line at 300,000.
Yeah, he's such a fucking...
But
He's taking his carbon fiber pole and goes, see, no arc, see, no arc. No arc, no arc. And then he takes here, I'll show you, it's a live battery. And he takes this piece of steel, and then at least he said, don't do this at home, kids.
Yeah, he's so stupid.
And he shuts it off and snap,
I keep this around the jump start.
How many poles is there actually made in America now?
I don't know.
One.
I
One out of the, because I just know he went after the other pole companies, and that was his thing, because he's an American-made pole, and they're only using the Chinese shit.
Well, all his poles are Chinese shit. The only thing that happens in America over here is Philip half-ass puts the clamps on and ships them out. There's nobody can tell me they bought a sim pole that the clamps were tightened.
No,
they're in the box.
You cannot tell me when you got those fucking sim poles, Mark, that the bodies were not tight on the body of the pole. They weren't.
Dude, I'll be honest with you. I got a clamp with a broken lever, and I scrounged through all the paper, wrapping, the duct tape, the cellophane, the bubble pop, the popcorn, the Cheez-Its, and the cheese doodles in the box to find that broken piece of clamp to see if it broke in transit or was it broken when he put it in, because I was pissed.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a couple clamps off and actually a set of clamps missing.
You know what they told me? You know what he tells me when I complain about it? He's like, "Oh, the reason for that is where I live, it's hot, and when I ship them up to you in the North Pole, and they get cold and they shrink."
Yeah.
Bolts fall off.
I'm like, dude, you're just not tightening them down enough. You're not.
Give it a little.
And as much as
the wrong pole shrinking, Phil.
Yeah, as much as shit as I give Philip, and the only reason why I give him so much shit is because the poles are so fucking good. The poles are fucking awesome. He's just a fucking goofball. He cannot get out of his own way. He can't get out of his own way.
Ray's kind of took that thing over now, and when I was at IWCA in March, Ray, I was talking to him, and he kind of pulled me offside. He's like, all right, so I really want to do this stuff because he's got great poles. And I'm like, he's like, what do you think I should do? And I'm like, get Phil off social media.
Yeah.
Period. Don't let him sell anything.
Was that at IWCA where I saw you? Because Ray and I had a long conversation about similar topics, and I'm like, dude, you just got to get him to pull out. I mean, not everything is a fucking sales pitch,
Right.
I mean,
I have my own issues with.
I get it why he wants, because he really truly believes in his product, and that's great, and I love that. But
you got to step away. You can't be on a GoFundMe for someone who died falling off a fucking ladder trying to sell simples. You fucking idiot.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
I know that post turned into a huge sales.
Oh my god, dude! I mean, what are you doing right now, my guy? I like Ray. I think Ray's got some really good ideas and stuff, but I just think he's not a very good marketer. Like
I think Phil's getting up there, dude.
Well, I can tell you this right now. You're fucking focusing on the wrong things. I mean, you're like, we're coming out with T-shirts. How about figure out how to get that fucking hose to quit slipping off the Battle Cat? Right. Let's do that, and figure out how to sell simples. Yeah, sell the poles, sell the equipment, because that tiger wool that dude's got. I mean, everything else he's got is kind of a novelty item, but that tiger wool is fucking badass.
Yeah, that's no joke.
That tiger wool is badass. That is the best bronze wool on the market right now. That shit is badass.
He had to start his brand somewhere when he went, you know what I mean? So he got a couple novelty things, and then he's hooking
I
up
like
with
the
right
pole
people,
tips, the little pole tip thingies that he's got, those little door stopper deals.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good. They hold it.
I really like those.
And the Battle Cat, I think, has a lot of potential. I've got 2 of them. And for the most part, I like it. There's just a few little tweaks that I think need to be made, and it could be a little better.
Ray's ears probably ring every fucking day, because that fucking hose slides off that barb into that fucking tee, and I was like, fucking Ray Valentine, every time it happens. Every time it happens. Like, that's it's 5/16 tubing. Why didn't you just put a fucking push fit tee on there and be done with it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Isn't that? I mean, that spray tube is 5/16, isn't it?
For 8mm.
Doesn't it? It looks like it to me. But
Yeah.
fuck me, it drives me fucking nuts.
And I think part of it, the issue is one of the things that's super about that is that full articulation. So you can go all the way up, you can come all the way down, and you don't have to change the pole at all.
Yeah.
But that messes with that hose.
Yeah. That connection needs to be super secure, because there's so much movement right there. You know, I like I said before, it could just be mine that it's slipping off.
You just need it. I can tell you the fix, but I think Ray's sending me some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You need to put a pinch clamp on it. A pinch clamp is not like a hose clamp.
There's a pinch clamp. There's a pinch clamp on it. There's a pinch clamp on it now.
A pinch clamp is a spring clamp that it's like the newer style.
There's a pinch clamp on it now.
Yeah, really, and it's still coming loose.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, I've got hose clamps that small.
Yeah.
My pet ball, but I don't even know if you can find them anymore. My grandfather at New Departure has a bunch of those. He has super tight, like super fine adjustment, like really small.
Yeah, that's not something you're going to find common. Most of the smallest ones are half-inch.
Yeah, you cannot. I mean, you can't find those in stores. I mean, my grandfather just brought them home from the GM plant. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
where they had. Yeah, they had
available to the public.
Yeah. So
you try to zip tie, like a small zip tie that you can pull real tight and snip.
That's what I ended up doing today, because I had my last fucking Ray Valentine today.
Would you ever notice it always? I don't have that, but I know hoses come undone when you're all the way stretched out and you're just starting to go, and then you got to lay that fucker down.
Oh, that's a good idea, Mike. I feel bad, Mike. I don't want you to think I'm not talking bad about your Battle Cat scrubber. It's fucking amazing. I just little tiny things like that drive me fucking insane.
Yeah. It's always the little things.
Yeah, because I got my fucking pole stretched all the way out, and then I look and it's water shooting back out onto me, and I just want to grab the pole like a fucking javelin and throw it somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Is anyone pole vault on top of it?
Right?
Don't give Phil any ideas.
I'm definitely I want to get a 10-inch fucking Battle Cat, and I'm not for nothing. You know, it might just be me, but I might buy 2 10 inches and cut one down to 6 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
So I can do cut-ups with it.
10 to 18.
I want to do cut-ups with it. Jake Camaro style. Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, I can totally see that working.
I'm going to use that. I'm going to try that, Mike. I'm going to do that tomorrow evening. I'm going to put some PVC glue on there and see if that'll hold her. It's held. All right, then that's what I'm gonna do. Then
that's right.
That's what I'm gonna do. That because I don't want. I've been shooting video with it, and I don't want to modify it for videos. You know what I mean? I want to come up with a fix. You know, and I've complained about it on here several times. Nobody said anything.
I'm thinking honestly, depending on the material, PVC glue is made for PVC, and if you have a plastic piece and a rubber piece, I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm saying that it might not be the right glue. If it's me having the issue, I would go with 3M 5200 with an 8-hour cure time, and you ain't getting it off. The polyurethane 3M 5200.
This guy's always got some kind of fucking ultra brainiac fucking nerd shit.
As a matter of fact, Ray and I were talking.
What I would do is I would put the space shuttle glue on it.
No.
You can special order from fucking whoop-de-whoop and the what-de-wop. Shut the fuck up.
When there was issues bonding the Velcro to the block, 5200. Guess what? The Velcro don't come off no more. The only thing with 5200, there's 2 kinds. There's a cure, fast cure, and the original. And the fast cure, even though it's good in 3 or 4 hours, it's not the same.
Yeah.
And the original, you gotta let that. When you think it's dry, like when you glue something with it, put a little glue on a piece of paper next to it so you could touch that shit.
Right.
Because 8 hours, that shit is still tacky. But overnight, once it's set, that's it.
Okay.
You know, when I used to work on Boston whaler boats, they put that under the rub rails, you know, the rails all the way around the boat. And when someone ordered a boat but didn't want that big rail and they wanted the small one, you take the 3 screws out from the stanchion. You could unbolt that entire rail, and it would take 4 guys pulling on it to get it off. That's how strong that polyurethane is.
Wow.
It's just good stuff.
I want to hear a story of the whaler boat. What's this about?
Yeah.
When I first got out of high school, I was a boat mechanic, and I worked at a Boston Whaler dealer / Evinrude.
Okay.
So I'm a Boston Whaler fan just because I worked on them. They're awesome boats.
I thought maybe you were out harpooning whales or something.
Yeah.
I should be right now. I'm probably making more money doing what I'm doing.
Kate saved him from the whale fucking hunting he was doing.
Yeah.
They were all whales before Kate. Trust
It was a
me.
sperm whale.
He got super lucky. Trust me, super lucky.
Yeah. Jacob Dell over there giving part numbers. What is that? Is that part number for a 12-inch Subway sandwich?
Don't be a fucking dick to Jacob, you prick.
I love Jacob. He knows I do.
What an asshole Mark is. I don't even...
A motherfucker called me up and he goes, "You see my message?" I'm like, "Dude, I've been in the mountains. My phone is barely working." And he's like, "Okay, well, I don't want to talk to you now. Just listen to the message." I go, all right. He's hilarious. I love Jacob.
Jacob's fucking funny as fuck. I like the fact that his profile picture on YouTube is a cat. Yeah, it's a cat. Meow. He's probably got that fucking, what's that shit that all people in Brazil have? They get it from cat shit, that disease. What I'm about to listen, man. Listen, I'll tell you right now. Siri, what's the name of the cat poop disease? Watch, motherfuckers. Toxoplasmosis, you cunts.
Yeah?
Yep.
That's actually something?
Yes. It makes people fucking crazy.
Really?
That's why people in fucking Brazil are so nuts. Like fucking over 50% of the population has toxoplasmosis.
Well,
Do they keep them as pets or eat
That's
them?
why.
You touch the poop?
No, it's just like if you have a litter box in your house or something like that. Like that's why they say pregnant women should stay away from cats. Is because
Is that
toxoplasmosis.
crazy cat lady thing then?
Yes, that's the origins. That's the origin. Watch some Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan talks about it all the time. Toxoplasmosis. It makes people take. It makes people. It makes people take chances that they wouldn't normally take. You know what I'm saying? It makes them fucking whoop-de whoop-whoop.
Does that make them meow like cats?
And with the show.
How do you know if you have toxoplasmosis? You don't know. You got to be tested for it, Jacob. You could be fucking having it and just don't even know it, my guy.
No, I was wondering. I think he has it because he had a cat scratch post in the back of the truck and he's dry humping it when I
It's a craving for Monster energy drinks and Subway.
Yeah.
Listen, he's sitting in a truck right now watching his poor son work.
I don't think so. I think Jacob's. He told me he was going to take some time off.
Awake.
He says that all the time. He's taking some time off. But this last time, I spoke to him. I know he's having some health issues, so he's like
Dude, I
fucking
gotta
taking
say
some
something.
time off.
I thought of Jacob because I don't know if you have them in Ohio yet, but I know they're in Texas because I saw them when I went to visit my brother. Mm-hmm. We now have them in like the northern part of Florida, but it's a gas station called Buc-ee's. Mm-hmm. Has anyone been there? Yep.
Mm-mm.
Dude, Buc-ee's is about the size of a Walmart. The store is, okay? And it's got everything you'd see in a Gander Mountain or an outdoor store. Mm. And I shit you not, there's 200 gas pumps there. And everyone has diesel, gas, and ethanol free. Like, I don't know how they keep that place supplied with gas, but it is literally, the parking lot is concrete the size of a Walmart. I'm like, and it's clean. I'm like, who the hell is cleaning this?
See, I told you Jacob's home.
Good.
It's not working. He's
playing with a ball of string right now.
He's trying to get himself well.
Yeah.
He's smoking some catnip.
Yeah.
You notice he's not on social media either. He quit the social medias.
No, and he told me that's the best thing he ever did, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to just get on it for business and this.
Well, if it wasn't for social media, you wouldn't be selling all those towels.
Who cleans John Sacco? Who cleans Buc-ee's car? I know the windows were even clean at that place, and it's got a lot of glass. I went to two of them.
Eddie Stewart, what's up? When you coming back on the podcast, you cunt?
Right now, let's go.
Yep.
Yep.
We need an update on
Not
Texas,
this
bro.
Wednesday, but next Wednesday. You should come on the podcast.
Dude, Mark
Yeah.
makes everyone sound like a character from like a cartoon. Philip sounds like Popeye right before he gets like a can of spinach.
You ever watch Philip clean windows? Now Philip has 50 years, so we can't knock on that. I just like the fact that he uses like an 18-inch ledger on everything.
Yeah.
Okay. And when he's like, he had a video where he was in like, one of these stores that has 2 entryways. You know what I'm saying? So it's like double doors, and they keep charcoal and
He
shit
beats
and
the
ice there,
shit out
right?
of those
And-
frames, dude.
Yeah, dude, it sounds like someone cut a bunch of monkeys loose with a ball peen hammer.
Bang bang, bang bang.
Yeah. Holy shit. Don't.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Eddie said 2 weeks, guys.
we need Eddie.
2 whole weeks.
So Kevin, what have you been up to, man?
We have been crazy busy.
COVID
we're
cleaning?
No, we actually stopped that for the most part in.
Yeah, because it's a lie, because it's from China. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, they ran out of money.
Ah.
But no, we did pretty much that from May 5th of 2020 till March 31st of this year. We only skipped 2 weeks in that whole time frame.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I missed the money, but
Right.
It was starting to wear on you. 7 days a week,
Yeah.
and you're just walking the same route, and we tried to have fun with it.
Uh-huh.
I had some pictures up where like last Halloween we dressed up as Ghostbusters, so we went out and actually got the Ghostbusters Halloween costumes, because that's what everybody was. Oh, look, Ghostbusters! And then I put a Germ Buster logo on the back of it, so we kind of had fun with it, and some people took some pictures and stuff. So, I mean, that was definitely good. But we've been working on the big hospital windows now for about 3 weeks. We should be done next week. Then we've got
Snyder's.
2 smaller hospitals that we're going to. Power wash in the parking garage there. We got that done in May.
Uh-huh.
So it's just been steady from one thing to another.
That's cool, man.
And I mean, I'm definitely not complaining about it. And then of course the IWCA stuff keeps us pretty busy too.
What are you doing with the IWCA?
Well, we've got committee meetings. Usually, every committee meets once a month, and I'm on 2 or 3 of the committees. So we've got stuff with that, and then I'm doing quite a bit of the social media stuff. So like
I see that.
all of it, but quite a bit of the Facebook stuff. I'm kind of taking that role now.
Nice.
So we're just trying.
I wonder why they didn't ask me to do that, man. I'm really friendly with all the people.
Oh yeah.
I'm a stand-up role model as far as IWCA goes.
You and Peter can go all day talking.
Oh yeah. So yeah, definitely, Peter.
But no, I put the podcast on the IWCA page today. So.
Oh, did you?
Nice.
Cool, man.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
let's straighten it up, guys. Let's talk about safety.
I gotta tell you that I think I have met him before, but didn't really have a chance to talk with him, and I was able to spend 5 to 10 minutes with him when I saw you there, Kevin, in Orlando. But
Yep.
Michael Draper, I really like Michael Draper. He's a genuine guy. He's very, very knowledgeable. Very easy to talk to. You know what I'm saying? You just walk up and have a conversation with him. I give him mad props. He's a good dude.
Very, very humble. And
Yeah.
Very, very knowledgeable. Between Michael Draper and Stephen Bright,
Mhm.
they are probably 2 of the most knowledgeable people in window cleaning about anything having to do with safety, but especially when you're talking about rope access stuff.
Right.
The new rope descent standards that have come out, that was almost all Stephen Bright and Michael Draper working on that stuff.
Yeah, I have been
input.
I've been to several of Stephen Bright's safety classes over the years. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't Stephen, or possibly still is, doing installs for tiebacks, anchored systems?
I think most of what he's doing now is consulting for it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
he'll consult with and do safety checks and all that for building owners, for contractors, for window cleaners, because he knows what to look for and what should be and what shouldn't be. So he'll do all kinds of stuff, and he's the one that will do pretty much any of the RDS safety training. He'll come out. Obviously, it's his business too. So what he does for the IWCA, for the most part, he provides a lot of that information.
Yeah, but you know what? You guys got to give. So will Josh Thompson.
Yep.
Beaker.
Yo. I got the Gucci shoes on and I do.
God, we're gonna cut this roof open so it leaks. There you go, attaboy. No, I got mad respect for both of them. I haven't seen Stefan in a long time, since late 90s. I've been to a couple of his classes. I brought my guys to a couple of classes, and I wasn't sure who had the role of the whole safety, but I know Michael Draper's very knowledgeable. And
yeah.
Yeah.
Stefan is essentially the safety director for the IWCA.
Yeah.
Michael has a lot of input into everything that goes on, and then obviously there is a lot of safety stuff that is there regarding rope descent, because you have a much higher opportunity to die from that. But then Michael also does a lot of stuff for ladder safety. You saw the stuff that came out the other day, which we were joking about with Phil, about the pole safety. Mm-hmm. So, like, for example, at the board meeting the end of last year, or was it, no, the beginning of this year, they went over some of the safety numbers. In 2020, no one that was recorded died from a rope descent in window cleaning. But 4 people died from carbon fiber poles contacting electrical lines.
Well, that's because you got a lot of guys transferring over. Now, let's not
That's not
make
why.
a shitstorm frenzy here. You're never going to replace
That's
rope
not
descent
why. That's not why.
with carbon fiber.
That's not
Okay?
why. That's not why. It's not transfer over. That's not why. Because any fucking yum can go buy a carbon fiber pole and clean windows. That's why.
You're right.
That's why.
Right.
Complete
well,
fucking
more poles.
Fucking morons are buying fucking poles to pure water clean windows, and they don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they fucking come in contact with an electrical wire. And that's just point blank, just period. They're just fucking idiots.
When my feet are on the ground, there's nothing bad that can happen.
Right, exactly.
And it's proven that it's not true, and it's going to keep happening. It's going to get more prevalent if something's not done. And so that's one of the things that Michael's been working on, is to try. Like the IWCA has a water-fed pole safety course. And you think, why do I need to take a training course on a water-fed pole?
Right.
Well, because you could die. And I look back in the years like back mid-90s when I was using the aluminum tucker pole. You know how many times we did buildings where a power line went between the pole and the building? I mean, you just never even thought about it.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. In fucking June, I did one. I did a building, and they were really adamant about these windows getting cleaned, and I took a chance, and I did them. And the power lines were I'd say about 10 feet away from the building, and I did them. And against my better judgment, I did it. I was just like, I walked underneath. The lines are, I'd say, at least 10 to 12 feet away from the fucking windows. And I just scooped my pole, shuffled my pole up and fucking did them. And then after I got done doing them, I told them, I said, that is the last time I'm doing that. I did it for the bag. I probably shouldn't have done it for the bag, but I wanted the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what? Part of the problem too is half these guys don't even know how to identify what's dangerous and what's not. Okay, if you've got 3 lines, okay, and they're generally going to be uninsulated, and they're going to be aluminum, because copper's too expensive, they will light you the fuck up from 10 feet away.
Yep.
That's all you got to remember.
Yep.
Those lower lines are generally going to be phone, cable,
Yep.
internet, shit like that.
Yeah.
And they're always going to be insulated, okay? You're safe around those top 3 ones, you know, and there was someone what about an insulated glove? Well, understand the way electricity works. It searches for ground. If you're holding the pole with insulated gloves, you're not going to get shocked through your hands. But when that
It's going to find a spot.
It's going to jump
to the ground, you're done.
It's going to find a
It's
spot.
going to blow the bottom of your feet out is what it's going to do.
I know, I see a lot of dudes that are like, you know, the wires that are coming off the pole that go into the house. You're like, oh, man, you're... I'm not saying you're not going to, but you're less likely to get popped by one of those than you are them fucking lines.
They're going to be insulated.
Insulated
They're
wires.
Be 2 wires wrapped around a metal cable.
Right.
But still, you can't trust that shit, man.
No. Yeah, I mean,
the insulation could be 50 years old.
Exactly. I mean, but you really need to watch out for those fucking those lines on the top of the fucking poles. You gotta watch out for that. 'Cause that shit will fuck you up.
Yeah.
Well, and there's a lot of times you'll see people talking about it, and they're just trying to dismiss it. Well, I've been doing Windows for 25 years, and I've never had a problem. Well, yet.
Yeah.
And that's
right.
That's the whole thing.
Right.
Everybody knows we do very little ladder work.
Right.
I've never fallen off a ladder, and I don't want to fall off a ladder.
Right.
So I limit the ladder work that I do.
I am the same way.
I try to do as much as I can with a pole, whether it's water fed or even a traditional pole.
Right.
I was doing trad work 30 feet in the air the other day because I needed to squeegee those windows. And I just, the ladder was not the best option. So
yeah, I find myself nowadays, like, with the ladder and shit like that, like, if I don't have to get on the ladder, I'm not going to.
Yeah.
People say shit in my videos like, oh man, why don't you ever get on the ladder, bitch? I'm 42 years old. I spent more than a fucking half my life on a fucking ladder. I've got nothing to prove to you. Nothing.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nothing to prove to you, my guy.
I watch some of these guys with 5-6 sets of stacks set inside on a marble floor with nobody footing. And it's just like, oh man, I do this shit. I'm like, that's cool. You're a fucking idiot. But cool.
Yeah.
Look, I'll straight up admit it. If somebody wants to call me out, yep, I'm a pussy. I do not like getting on a ladder, and there's no way if I got 5 sets on the stack, I'm okay.
Right.
Let me get this done as quick as I can, and I'm coming back down, and I got somebody at the bottom, and their feet are standing on the bottom rung. It's like, okay, I don't want this thing to stick out.
I'm gonna be even more honest. I have wooden stacks. I don't use them anymore. I replaced them with aluminum stacks from windowcleaner.com. And the only time I use stack ladders is inside a house. I don't use them outside ever. That's just me. If I'm getting on a ladder outside of a house, I'm using a fucking extension ladder with fucking standoffs. That's just what I'm using. I don't give a fuck what nobody says about it. That's not a window cleaner's ladder. That's a painter's ladder. Yeah, well, I clean ladders and cash checks. Well, let me drop my balls in your mouth. You know what I mean? I use what I feel the most comfortable on. And
guys that ask for a price though. I've
always used extension ladders with standoffs. Like I could put a fucking pick on doing siding and roofing and carpentry. We put 2 fucking ladders up with standoffs and put a pick on that bitch. That shit's like you're walking on the ground. To me, that's safe. You know what I mean? So standoffs. You know, that's just what I like to use.
I only use standoffs.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck what nobody says about it. I don't care, man.
Yeah.
Bro, like totally, bro. I like 12 stacks, bro, and I'm the fucking man. Cool, dude. One of these days, you're gonna fall and break your whole fucking face, and then you're not gonna be so rad anymore. You know what I mean?
People talk like that until you've witnessed someone fall from that, right?
Yep.
And I had a guy that I worked with. I was maybe 19 or 20, and we were doing sidewalk work, and I was doing the lower level, and he was up top. He had nobody footing him. It was icy. It kicked out. He landed on his ankles, and that little bone behind your foot shot out, and one of the medics had to find it. So that guy didn't walk for almost 2 years.
I
You
know.
I
I
told the
seen.
story.
Yep. Mark's fucking slid
Yeah.
and busted his ass on stacks. I seen a.
4.5 pieces.
I seen a guy fall off a fucking a 32-foot fucking ladder and bounce. That fucking shit traumatized me. You know what I mean? I was like, dude, I ain't never doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
20 fucking 5 years old. I seen this fucking guy get up on this ladder, whoop, and fucking when he hit the ground, he fucking bounced. I'm just like, I'm good. Yeah. And then when I heard about Diego and what happened to Diego while he was cleaning gutters, I've never cleaned gutters because I did the same. I used to do shit the same way Diego fell. I used to do that shit, and after I heard about that, I was like, I am never doing that again. If I can't.
It's just not worth it.
It's not. It is not fucking worth it. That check is not worth it.
I'm trying to get out of the business myself. I don't want to clean gutters no more.
I don't like to either, man.
I price off ladder moves now because I'm not walking your roof.
I'm with you on
That's
that,
how
dude.
Man. I price off ladder moves, and I tell people I'm going to do it safe, and this is how we're going to do it. I'm not running your roof for $100. It's not happening.
If I have to bust out my 32-foot ladder, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. If I get a house and I got to do 32-foot ladder moves, I either go get a fucking tow behind lift like Mark's got, or Mike's got a new a 34-foot nifty 4x4 lift. It weighs less than 6,000 pounds. It's like the footprint's the size of a fucking 4-wheeler almost. It's like a side by side. It's the size of a side by side.
Yeah.
That's what I'm using from here on out. I don't fucking care if I got to get out the 32. I'm just not doing it. It's just not worth it to me.
Understand something about this. Okay, not everybody has an uncle that has a rental store, but
cousin.
show up in a
cousin.
I always call him your uncle.
Yeah, it drives me nuts.
Point is this.
Uh-huh.
If Kevin rents a small lift like that, okay, I don't know about your Home Depots. My Home Depots have 34-foot.
You need to stack jobs up.
Yes. Here's my point. You rent that lift, it costs you $350 for the day.
Mm-hmm.
A fall off a ladder is going to cost you a lot more than $350 a day. But you got that lift out there, you don't need yard signs. Mm-mm. You will get neighbors coming to you and saying, hey, man, this guy was safe.
Mm-hmm.
It might be 20% more, but I'm not going to worry about him eating shit in my yard and suing me.
Yep.
Done.
I took this spring. You know, we had a lot of water this spring. It was super wet. And I was getting gutter calls like fucking crazy. And I just set up a fucking week, and I just told Mike, I was like, hey, man, I need the lift. And it's contrary to popular belief, I do pay. I mean, I don't pay what people would normally pay. You know what I mean? But I mean,
he fills it with a gallon of gas.
Yeah, no. Come on, I'm not a total shitbag. I mean, I'm there every Saturday. I work every Saturday. But anyways, I just set it up. You know what I mean? I set it up to where I'm going to be doing a bunch of gutter jobs. I'm not just getting it for one job. I'm going to pop out, knock out 4 or 5 of these bitches. You know what I mean? Then it makes it worth it. I mean, I'm not saying I don't get on fucking ladders. I never get on ladders to clean gutters, but there's a limit that I'm willing to go now. There's a limit. I'm only going this high on a ladder.
I found my limit this year. We had so I don't even own ladders that big, so I went and rented the 32-foot ladder. We had a commercial building that had a roof. The only way to get to it is to get up on this roof from the ground, and then the roof is really long, and then you have to get to the windows in the back. And I had the ladder set up a couple different ways, and it wasn't working. And I finally found this corner, and I thought, okay, I get it. It'll work. Mm-hmm. So I get to the top of the ladder, and the rooftop is right about here to me. And so I'm 49 now. The 29-year-old me would have jumped that top, and I would have gone up there and cleaned those windows, and then I would have come back down off the side of it with my feet going like this, trying to find the ladder rung.
Yeah, the hard part isn't getting up; it's getting back down, especially after you're tired.
I did, and Mark and Seth know, because right after I text Jennifer, I voxered both of these momos, and I was like, I just almost fucking died today. Like, I had the 32 stretched all the way the fuck out, and I had a rung over the fucking roof, just one rung. And when I got all the way up to the top of it, the fucking ladder kicked out, and I fucking dove onto the roof because I felt it slipping, and I dove fucking water all down my fucking pant legs from my fucking silencer. I mean, I just, scared the fucking shit out of me. Ladder comes crashing down. Homeowner runs out. It's like, oh shit, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, man, I don't think we're ever doing those again. And I'm like, cool. He's like, man, he goes, it's just not worth it. He goes, we don't really spend a lot of time up there. He goes, but I figured first time, why not? He goes, but man, that scared me. I thought you fell. And I was like, trust me, that's the closest call I've ever had. And that right there just cemented the fact I'm just like, I am not doing, it's just not fucking worth it. It's not worth it.
Well, one of the GoFundMes that we did, I think it was Jimmy Jones, I think was the one. And we did an interview with him on the IWCA podcast.
Uh-huh.
And so, because we want to figure out, we want to get the information out there. So we're kind of like, okay, so tell us what happened. How did this all go down? Was it in a really bad spot? Was there something wrong with the ladder? He's like, it's the same ladder, it's the same place, the same way I've always set it up. He says, I've done it hundreds of times. And this one time, something just moved the right way.
Right.
And he came down, shattered both his wrists, and broke his back.
Oof.
And what we ended up with that discussion was there's no window that's worth getting hurt or losing your life for.
Right.
And a lot of times we look at it, well, that window has to be clean,
Right.
So I'm going to get up there and I'm going to figure out a way to do it. And if it's just not safe to do, well, I just went to the customer and said, I can't do this safely. There's no way. The only safe way to do it, honestly, was to rappel off, for that building I was talking about, was to rappel off the top and come down onto the roof below. And I said, I don't do that. So if you want me to call somebody and have them come in to do all 8 of those windows, we can do it, but
It's going to cost you $1,000.
Right. So that was the end result of it. There's just no window that's worth your life. So just if you gotta say no, sometimes you have to.
Eddie's 59. Eddie is 59 and he's on a 24 or 28 almost daily. I mean, I'm still on a 24-foot ladder. I'm just saying anything over 32, I'm not fucking with it. I don't give a fuck. Eddie,
I'm
good
on
for you.
22
That's why your ass. That's why your ass had 2 busted ass fucking ankles, and your whole ass was sitting on your ass for fucking like 2 months. Old man River. Remember that when he busted his shit all up? Remember his shit was all busted up? Oh, I'm fucking cool now with your broke ass ankles.
I bruised my cock.
Yeah. Fuck out of here, guy. I ain't trying to hear that shit.
I bruised my coccyx.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, you can definitely be on ladders every day. It's just not the wisest move to do, whether it happens to you or not.
Yeah.
Statistics will tell you you're taking a risk every time you do it.
I'm just not gonna have some fucking guy on the fucking internet try to fucking tell me how much of a man I am or am not because I'm not on a ladder. I'm just not.
I'm gonna throw a little piss into the fan here, but when at my company we use ladders as least as possible, probably like you guys, okay. But there's a lot of times you have no choice. But for us, and all I use is stack ladders. I don't even own an extension ladder. And I see the value of a standoff and a 28. There's no doubt about that.
Right.
They're so stable and wide.
Right.
Not that cheap shit,
Right.
type 1.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The type 3. But my point is this. We use stack ladders all the time, and you will never see more than 2 pieces up without someone holding it.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit
Right.
if it's a concrete floor that's rough as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's going to have a footer on that ladder, no matter what, because that's how I went, because I was too smart.
Yeah, well, you're a pussy, dude.
Yeah, when my accident happened, the ladder didn't slide out.
Right.
The ladder shot out because I probably caught air. I woke up in the hospital pretty much
Yeah.
And the ladder.
It's not fucking worth it, man. I tell you what, if you think I'm a pussy, how about you set your 24-foot ladder up? I'll set my 24-foot ladder up, and we could fist fight at the fucking bottom, and we'll see who the big man is. Let's do that.
Dude, yeah.
Let's do that.
I gotta say this though. You ever seen those videos of those firefighters that run with that ladder, stick that bitch in the corner, and run up and stand up?
Yeah. I've seen it before.
I'd like to see them. They just gotta teach them how to wash windows, and man, you got a good employee there.
I just work in construction and then window cleaning. I just like, dude, I've spent so much time above two stores. I just don't fucking care. I mean, I just don't care what people think. I don't give a fuck. Walking 2x4 walls. I just don't fucking care what you think.
Just doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
When I was 19, I worked with this guy, Abby, and he would fireman slide down a 32 every time. I'm not shitting you.
Crazy, dude.
And I would do it.
Right.
I'll just slide down the side rails. You cuff your feet and come down. I'm like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever done. Like, it's stupid. I'm glad I'm.
Here's the thing people don't realize, though. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah.
Kevin might be able to correct me because he's probably had more recent training than I have. But on average, okay, I'm going to be pretty close on this. On average, there's 360,000 ladder accidents a day, which means this. During this podcast somewhere, like 50 people have already eaten shit, okay? Truth. And a lot of these ladder accidents that are fatal, people don't realize, are from fucking small step ladders.
Yeah.
If you're standing 3 foot on a step ladder and fall and wail your fucking head on a coffee table, a marble table, on the ground, you're fucking done, dude. I mean, because it comes to not knowing your surroundings, not knowing your abilities, reaching over.
Every accident I've ever had, every time I've fallen off a ladder, it's been on 8 foot or lower. Every one of them, they buckle, they shimmy, whatever the fuck. I've had aluminum ladders fucking break on me before I was fat, you fucking cunts. Just that's why people are like, man, you're so good with a pole, because I don't like getting. I mean, if I see a lot of dudes on 8-foot step ladders cleaning windows, and it fucking boggles my fucking mind. Like, dude, go get a pole, man. Go get a fucking pole. It's so much faster. Go get a pole.
Statistically speaking, you're more likely to get hurt off of a ladder 8 foot or shorter.
Right.
Than you are.
Because your confidence level.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. People get overconfident, and that's why when I see what you're talking about, people are, well, I've done it for 25 years and never fallen. Well, again, you've never fallen yet. So let's just put that in there, and then give me the answer to this: what happens if you do?
Right.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you this.
I'm going to take care of you.
When I fell, it was around 1993. Okay, and I've never had a ladder accident since, and my company has never had a ladder accident nor a rope descent accident of any sort. Okay, but that's because of what happened to me. Okay, and the only thing that I think that has happened is the most embarrassing thing is I was on a roof and dragging a hose up there and knocked the ladder down, and that is like. Having to call someone to come set your ladder back up till you could get off the roof is like shameful. You know what I'm saying? Like you hear it hit. Did I ever tell you guys
that story of that ladder? I had called and had a pizza delivered and had the guy fucking stand the ladder up for me. Did I ever tell you guys about that?
No.
Are you sure I didn't tell that story on here?
I don't remember the pizza.
I would remember that.
I was working on it. It was like like a private fucking like marina area, and it was off season. It was like towards the tail. It was almost spring, so they wanted their windows cleaned before they come up for spring, whatever. So I get there. It's early in the morning. It's a standing seam aluminum fucking roof, and I'm fucking fucking dumbass. I get up there, I slip, and when I slip, I fucking catch myself in the gutter and I fucking kicked the ladder and the ladder fell down. So I was like, I'm already up here. I might as well clean the windows. Eventually somebody's going to drive past and see that my ladder's fall down and I'll just wave them down and like standing up. I sat up there for 2 fucking hours after cleaning those windows. I was up there 2.5 fucking hours. Nobody drove by. Nothing. Finally, I was like, what the fuck am I going to do? I can't call Jennifer. Jennifer, the kids.
Stand up at 28.
Yeah, the kids were little. So I couldn't call Jen. I was like, what am I going to do? And I was like, I'm going to fucking call. I was like, I'm going to call fucking Domino's Pizza. And I'm going to order a fucking pizza to this address.
Hopefully a dude shows up.
Dude pulls up. He gets out of the car and I'm like, hey. And he looks at me. He's like, is this your ladder? And I'm like, yeah, can you stand it up for me? He's like, did you order a pizza for me to stand your ladder up? I said, yes. He goes, dude, wow. I was like, yeah, I know. I gave him a fucking, I gave him a fucking $20 tip, man.
Ladder on the top of that car and laid it on the ground.
No,
Did
so
you say,
have that story.
did you,
Now that guy has the story the rest of his life.
yeah, did
too.
you say Dick stabbed that pizza?
I would have been throwing shit at you like a fucking pinata.
Dude, he laughed so fucking, he was laughing the whole time. He thought it was hilarious. But it's just...
Dude, it's a good thing you got hungry, right?
Yeah.
If you went up there after lunch, you'd been still sitting
Right.
there.
Well, I mean, I didn't order the fucking pizza because I was hungry. I ordered the pizza because it just made the most sense. Because Domino's was like fucking a half mile down the road. I was like, man, Domino's pizza, fuck, Domino's pizza's nasty. Yeah. Exactly. Dude, I don't know why. It just came to my, I was like, man, I'll just fucking order a pizza and maybe the dude will stand it up for me. You know what I mean? Or at least fucking like go get some help. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fucking he
I used
did.
to have a job where we
45 fucking minutes away from home. Like, who am I gonna call? Like, hey Mike, leave your fucking job over at Universal Equipment and come stand this ladder up. You know what I mean? Who the fuck am I gonna call for that? And I'm never, ever, ever, ever gonna hear the fucking end of that. As long as every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, I'm gonna hear about how Mike had to save me off a fucking roof. Nah. And I'm not fucking Eddie Stewart. I'm not jumping off a fucking 12-foot fucking
we had a
craziness.
I had a job that was 6-story commercial building, and it had patios that looked like stair steps, right? So like if you were a giant, you could climb to the roof because every patio came out before. So what we would do is we go to the roof and run 100 foot of pressure cleaning hose, and we coil it up on the balcony down, and then we go through the building and with 2.5 pieces of ladder, and we reach over and set the ladder to the next balcony, and then climb down the ladder and just lower the hose to each balcony and stair step the way down. Mm-hmm. Well, something happened and the ladder fell, okay? And the doors were locked on the patio, right? Because theoretically, you're just going to keep going till you hit the ground. And I had a guy, Frank, working for me. Frank was much like you, Kevin. He was like 130 pounds, really wiry. Frank pulls the pressure cleaning hose, which was clamped off around one of the tiebacks on the roof, so it wouldn't keep sliding down and drag the pressure cleaner. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And he looks at me and he looks at the pressure cleaning hose and he's like, how old is this hose? I go, it's brand fucking new. And he goes, all right, I'm going down. I go, no, don't do it. I go, let's get cell service and we'll call. And he goes, that motherfucker went down a pressure cleaning hose about 20 feet to the next balcony, and thankfully there was a door open there to let us in. But
oh my God. Really?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Not kidding, dude. Not kidding. like climb down a pressure cleaner hose.
Wow.
Like down like George of the Jungle kind of shit.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I just don't do stupid shit anymore. Like I turned down a very lucrative, easy job that I used to do all the time in my fucking late 20s, early 30s. You know what I mean? No problem. You know what I mean? Going up a 40-foot ladder and going over a banister.
Yeah.
We used to do it all the time. And then finally I just got to the point where I was just like, they were calling me for it. And then the older I get, I'm just like, every year I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. And then 2 years ago, I just told them, I was like, unless you guys can schedule it, I said, and I will schedule each of these fucking 12 units individually whenever it's convenient for them for me to go out on their balconies and clean their windows. Oh, we don't want you inside of our units. I'm like, well, then I'm not doing it anymore.
Dude, I used to do sketchy shit.
I'm just not
when
doing
I worked, I didn't do it for my company. I worked for this guy, and we had 4-story condos that we did quarterly, okay? And they had patios, and most of the people built their patio out by putting sliding glass doors up right an inch away from the railings, right? Mm-hmm. So you had a sliding door, and then you had a railing. Dude, we used to climb up a 40-foot ladder, and it was 3 stories, I'm sorry. We'd take a 40, which goes 37, lean it on a column between the units, right? A concrete column.
Yeah.
and we would go, rather than move the top of the 40 used to get hung up in the railings.
Mhm.
If you ever tried to move a
Yes.
40-foot
Yes.
ladder
It's
with
not.
railings,
It's a
yeah,
motherfucker.
so the guy that I worked with goes, that was the same guy, Frank. He's like, watch this. And he goes up, he puts the ladder right on the concrete in between the patios. He goes up, climbs off the ladder, puts his toes of his boots underneath the railing, and shimmies to the side, reaches up and cleans the window. And I'm like, holy shit, we're going to do this in 3 climbs, right?
Right.
Until I got up there and couldn't reach. I got my arm hooked under the railing. I'm trying to reach up. I'm standing up. You can't get on your tippy toes when you're shoved under a railing.
Right.
Like, dude, I did sketchy shit. And I, like I said, the same company where I fell was that job, okay? And at that point, 18 stitches in the head, waking up in the hospital. It won't happen again. It just won't.
There's a water park here in town, Kalahari. It used to be the world's largest indoor water park. I don't know if it is anymore, but we did the construction clean on this place, and the guy, Randy, the rope access guy that used to work for us occasionally, he always used to come and do the high shit. This motherfucker, I know I've told this before, where that fucking water park, that's 3-story, I mean, it's like 4 or 5 stories tall. And we go all the way up these fucking platforms, to water slide platforms. You know, they got the stairs that go up to the top of them. We go all the way up to them, and the very top platform, like I'd say 45, 50 feet in the fucking air. This guy climbs over the fucking rail, walks out on a fucking beam this fucking wide, like 8-10 inches fucking wide. You know that shit they screw the fucking aluminum siding to? You know that it's not a beam, it's just like a piece of C channel, you know what I mean? It's an L channel like that.
Sheet metal.
Yeah, it's sheet metal.
It's
not really heavy. Walks out on that, cleans these fucking windows. I come down the stairs and he's walking back. I'm like, dude, what in the fuck is the matter with you? He's like, what? I was like, what are you doing, man? I was like, you got a kid at home and you're fucking walking on an 8-inch fucking ledge like 40 feet in the fucking air to clean 2 fucking windows. He goes, well, it'd take us 20 minutes to get the lift back there. I was like, so fucking what? I was like, because you know how fucking traumatic that would be for me to walk down these stairs and see your goofy ass splattered on the fucking ground down there, you dumb fuck. You know what I mean? Think about me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I love Randy. Randy's a fucking great dude. I love Randy. Randy's a tow truck driver now. He fucking, like, comes out and unlocks my keys out of my truck for me when I'm a fucking retard. You know what I mean? He's a great dude. But that night, I wanted to strangle him. I almost fucking fought him. I wanted to fight him. I was so fucking mad. I was like, dude, how fucking dumb are you, dude? I mean, you know how much trouble John could have got in if fucking Randy would have fell? I mean, fuck, I wouldn't even be cleaning windows right now. I mean, his wife would have fucking completely, took his whole business from him. You know what I mean? Randy doing that dumbass shit. Yeah. You know, he's like, oh, I wouldn't, she wouldn't have pressed charges. I was like, dude, shut, you dumbass. You're a fucking idiot. The state of Ohio would have had their dick so far in John's booty hole, he'd still be tasting that shit when he's dead.
Yeah.
Yep, pretty much.
Well, I'll tell you, back before the I-14 and Stefan Bright was around in the 90s, and I worked for that guy, and I learned how to do high-rise. Mm-hmm. Most of the mid-rise buildings, 6 to 8, 10 stories, didn't have engineered tiebacks. Okay, if you did, there was no certification. They were nice to have, and your way of checking them would be to kick them. I'm not kidding you, dude. You kick it and go, yeah, it looks strong, and you tie 2 of them together. Okay, and then we'd go to a job that wouldn't have tiebacks, right? Like 6, 8 stories. And at the time, I probably weighed 160, 170 pounds, and we would carry elevator weights up to the roof, right? Mm-hmm. If anyone's ever seen elevator weights, they're made to test an elevator. They're big blocks of steel with loops on them, right? Right. So each one weighs 50 pounds. We used to bring 4 of them up on a hand truck, okay? And we'd wrap them around in carpet so they wouldn't scar up the roof. Mm-hmm. And I'm not lying, I would freaking tie my ropes through those elevator weights. Then I would tie them back to whatever was around. And I would climb in my chair, and usually on a parapet that's, 3 feet, my chest is above the wall looking to make sure everything is okay. Dude, 2 weights would be lifted up, and the 3rd and the 4th one would still be on the ground. I'm not kidding you.
Jesus.
And you had to My boss used to say, well, you're not taking it. I go, okay, I weigh 160. That's 200 pounds. Shouldn't we have more weight? And he'd go, no, because it goes over 2 edges. So there's friction applied, which is true, but no one knows how to measure that.
Right,
you know what
right,
I'm
right.
But dude, I was 23 years old. I wanted to do this.
You know, hey, you know what that's called? That's called window cleaner math, and it's never correct.
Right.
It's never correct.
Exactly.
Window cleaner math is never correct.
Dude, he would tell me, you're getting too fast. I go, what do you mean? This is good that I'm getting done faster. He goes, no, you're stopping too fast. So when you lock your rack off, okay, and it puts a shock load on the rope, it was lifting the weights up even more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we did. I worked for a guy that was so cheap, the rope. I wouldn't tow a car down the road with that rope. You know, I think he bought it used from someone. You know, I was like, dude, get some nice rope.
Randy used to fucking do. We used to do this building downtown. I do it with the pole now. It's 4 stories. I do it with the carbon. I got carbon fiber pole.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking use it. You know what I mean? It works. You know, especially with the Battle Cat scrubber. It works fucking wonderful this year. I actually went live in the Patreon group. That was the building. We used to do that with rope access. That's the way that used to get done. And the shit, Randy, there's of course no tie-offs on the building, and Randy's like, I'm not carrying my weight up them fucking stairs. I mean, so he would, the shit Randy would do with that rope, with the 4, I mean, because he's got rope enough to do fucking, the buildings in Cleveland, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, and that was probably one of the toughest things I ever did was carry that fucking trash. He had a trash can with a lid on it, he used to keep his rope in. And carrying that fucker up the stairs used to fucking suck.
Yeah,
He's
people
like,
don't realize how
that fucking shit is heavy as fuck. Yeah. And Randy would do the goofiest shit on top of that roof. We had the ladder access to the roof. He would tie off there. That would be where he tied off. And then he would wrap it around this and wrap it around this air conditioner. He would wrap he would wrap it around this air conditioner and then go around this air conditioner and then he would go over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So fucking sketchy. I'm like, dude, that is so fucking sketchy, dude. He's like, yeah, but it's tied twice. I'm like, it doesn't matter. That's so sketchy. Window cleaner math, dude. It's fucking not good, dude.
We used to do a 10-story Holiday Inn that had about a 6-foot high parapet wall. So I don't care how tall you are, you still have to put section ladder up.
Right.
Which sucks, because if anyone's ever done it, this roof had no tiebacks on it, but across the roof were square scupper drain holes for the roof, okay? So you could take, so to do 10 stories is theoretically 200 feet of rope, right? 10 for your drop and 10 for your safety. We used to take a full 600 because we'd have to go all the way across the roof, tie through the opposite end scupper drain, right? Which is concrete block, it ain't going nowhere.
Right.
The problem is guys they wouldn't think about it, and they would rack up their chair and put it over the edge, not realizing they had 200 feet across the roof that would sway down. So when you would climb over that wall, the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to drop about 6 feet before that rope tightens up. Well, let me tell you, it happened to me one time, and that 6 feet was the longest time.
I can imagine.
6 feet of rope, and my asshole was chewing on my chair because I'm like, is this going to stop? Because both ropes are coming with you. The safety and the work line is moving at the same time, and you're like, please tighten up. It's going to tighten up. And then if you did it, dude, then you're like 5 foot below the window.
Right.
You can't clean it. You got to get back. So you used to have one person help you, and you pull the rope out and then pull your chair over, and then it wanted to come back up. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
You got all that slack in the rope. Because 7/16 rope, no matter how much you weigh, will stretch.
Oh, yeah.
It stretches a lot. It might hold 6,000 pounds, but it stretches, very, very far.
Yeah, I used to give Randy shit all the time because he's such a little fucking guy. He's just it still is to this day, really skinny, just a slight dude. And I was like, man, and he goes, I'm stronger than I look. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude. And then he's like, hey, grab that trash can of rope right there and take it upstairs. I was like, he goes, you pick on me all the time about being little. He goes, if you want me to do this for you, because if Randy didn't do it, then I'd be down there in a fucking lift fucking doing a bunch of goofy shit trying to get these windows done. He goes, if you want me to keep doing this, you're going to start carrying my rope upstairs for me. I grabbed that fucking rope off of that fucking back of that truck, and I was like, holy fuck. It's like carrying a person upstairs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
It's I
And
never
generally, too,
never
every
I
time you're
ne-
going up at least 2 flights of
yeah
stairs.
I
to get to
never
your-
realized it. I never realized it just doesn't dawn on you that it'd be heavy. You know what I mean? Because it's rope.
Yeah.
It's fucking
yeah.
heavy,
yeah,
man.
Well, we have a job that we still do where you go out on the 18th floor,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and then there's a walk around.
Mm-hmm.
We call it a walk around. It's just like an
Observation
access
deck.
point. All
Yeah.
the tiebacks are there,
Uh-huh.
and there's certain areas where you got to hop up. You can stand on the tieback,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can hop over the wall. The problem is, the wall has square holes, decorative holes. It's not all just open. So, which means every single time they got to move the rope, they've got to pull it all the way back up.
Oh,
you know
shit.
what it is to pull?
Yeah.
I mean, my guys are like freaking animals.
Right.
Their chests are huge. And you're pulling it up over a wall.
Right.
Even though it's got, carpet to protect it.
Right.
I got them an edge roller, and they fucked that up. It fell off the building because they didn't tie it back. I'm like, that's not happening anymore.
Right.
You guys are, it just, it's physically the hardest kind of window cleaning.
There's
not
yeah.
only mentally.
It's mentally draining, but it's physically
mentally, yeah,
yes.
But physically,
Yeah, physically it's
mentally,
tough.
If you're not mentally prepared for that day's work, and you better high rise. Dave Kasnoch, if he's here, could tell you, it's something you pretty much have to do all the time. Because I don't care who you are, you will lose your nerve. I've had 2 guys just, I'm not doing it.
Randy won't do it anymore. Randy spent fucking 15, 20 years on a rope, and I asked him if he would. I asked him like 3 years ago. I was like, "Hey, we want to go down and do the Hubbard building. It's 4 stories." He's like, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah.
I was like, "I'll give you $100. I'll give you $150, $200 a drop." He's like, "I'm not. Nope."
Yeah.
He goes, he told me straight up. He's like, "I just don't have it in me anymore."
Yeah,
Yep.
no, I'll be honest with you. When I started working for my dad, and the first time I saw someone doing chair work, which back then, again, there was very little safety, I was so enamored by it. I would pull into the parking lot and just sit there and watch him for an hour. And when I finally got to a company that I could learn how to do it, for me, it was such a thrill. But after about 3 or 4 months, it's no longer a thrill. It's hard fucking work.
Yeah.
You go home mentally drained and physically drained every single day, and beat up. It beats you up.
Right. I can imagine.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, Tim's back.
Yeah,
You gotta let me know when you're back, buddy. I didn't know
I'm
you were
back.
here. I didn't know
Sorry.
you were here.
Didn't want to interrupt.
Well, I took you off. I take you off the screen so it's not just blue blank
Yeah.
page. I'm sorry about that, buddy. Yeah, I just I tried it once. Randy showed me that the ropes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
and it just wasn't for me. I was just like, I mean,
Yeah.
I could I knew as soon as I swung over and stood on that fucking board, I was just like, man, I don't know if this is worth it. You know what I mean? I did the deed. I did the whole side. It was cool, but man, I just wasn't for me. It just wasn't. And like Mark said, I found myself, I was more exhausted making sure that I did everything the right way than I was fucking cleaning the windows. You know what I mean? It fucking mentally, I was just like, what the? Yeah, I gotta make sure I'm doing everything the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Even on something as small as a 5-story drop, if you're not mentally prepared for it, okay, you will get down and feel like you've been washing windows for 2 fucking hours. Your hands will ache because you don't want to drop your tools. You want to make sure you get everything. That rope is always pulling you back to center. So if you're doing 2 windows or 3 windows side by side, it's constantly.
I wasn't
pulling
doing
you back.
that. I wasn't doing that. I was doing. I mean, Randy could do swing back and forth and do 2. You know, there's no way I was doing. I wasn't swinging shit.
I mean,
Nope.
I have a building that we still do to this day. It's one section of it is 5 stories. The wall is about 2.5 feet tall, so it's easy to climb over and still hold on to it. You know, and when I put a guy over it, that's where we'll bring him to train. We tell the building we're training. We close off set up a drop zone, and they're not going to even. They'll bring a bucket, but it ain't going to have soap and water or anything in it, and they're just going to drop right next to me, literally where I can reach over and help him out, and then we'll do a drop to the ground. I've actually put guys in my lift and tied off ropes to that, and they can stand on the edge of the lift on the little step. TJ, you know that step, and climb into the chair. I could put them in the chair, lift them up from ground control, Let them drop down. If they don't want to do it, I bring them to the ground. There's a lot of ways to train guys, but if you don't have it up here,
Yeah.
then it doesn't matter.
It takes a special breed. I'll always say that. Always say that. It takes a special breed, and I have nothing but respect for the dudes that do that. Nothing but respect. I mean, there's some guys that hang from ropes that are total fucking cunts, but I still have respect for them.
You get them; they get cocky after a while.
Yeah, super duper twats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna name any names, but some fucking twatty guys, man. Just like
and they're not making what they should be. They don't make a lot of money.
But that's not. Yeah, but
not around here.
That's window cleaners' fault. That's no one else's fault because it's a bunch of uneducated guys that are, okay.
Mark's guys got to be getting paid well, or they wouldn't be working for Mark as long as they've been working for Mark. It depends on who the fuck's paying the guy.
Yes, and they know they can't make more money working somewhere else, so that's what's important. But here's the thing, I price by the drop, as most guys probably do. So I look at a building that's 10 stories, and I say it's going to take an hour for them to rig up, get to the ground, get back to the roof, and move their equipment. That's 1 hour. Okay, so that's $125, let's say, right? Then I'll count them up, and that's the price. And then you add a little bit as a cushion. But if I took you to a building, even if you wanted to learn how to do it, and said, hey, TJ, I'm going to give you $125 to climb over that wall and go to the ground, would you do it? Fuck no, you wouldn't do it for $125.
No.
And the employee's not even making the $125.
Right.
You can't. But here's the thing. That's what the market dictates because window cleaners are uneducated. Now, some states are better. I know Seth lives in a much better market than I do. I don't know what buildings pay there, but I know what they pay here, and I know what they pay in a lot of places. I mean, one of the guys from Chicago came down, and we went to lunch, and I drove him through downtown Palm Beach. He wanted to see the skyline, and I said, okay, that's one of my buildings. What would you get for that in Chicago? And he's like, $3,500. And I'm like, what? And I go, he's like, well, what do you get? I go, I get $5,500. And he's like, wow. He goes, your market sucks, but it's better than mine. And that's because guys will do shit and cut each other's throat.
Yeah.
And the only one who benefits is the fucking building.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I can tell you this, Junior. I wear New Balances. I'm a New Balance guy. I used to have feet problems all the fucking time. I used to wear Nikes and, fucking whatever. And I used to wear work boots. I used to be that guy. I used to wear work boots all the fucking time. My feet were always fucking killing me. I wear nothing but New Balance now. My feet don't bother me. But I've been dealing with it all season, and people are going to be like, why don't you just go to the doctor? Why? So they can tell me that I can't be on my fucking feet for 2 fucking weeks. You know what I mean? I've got a nagging fucking ankle injury. I want to say late May, I was walking, and I come off this fucking driveway, and it was deceptive. The grass was deeper than, you know what I'm saying? Than the ledge of the driveway. When I stepped off, my fucking ankle touched the ground. You know what I mean? That's how bad I did. And, when I did it, I just, I was like, oh, well, my ankle's not broke. It hurt a little bit, but I just kept going. And then ever since then, I've had nothing. I limp every fucking where, dude. I'm struggling. Right. It's struggle city. Like, once this weekend is over, Monday, Tuesday, I'm not doing fucking nothing. I don't care. I hope all my competition does all the windows in the whole world while I'm fucking, you know what I mean? I don't fucking care anymore.
So what about you, Kevin? I know you clean year round. Do you like build in breaks for yourself to like kind of just mentally and physically kind of heal up?
I try to not work weekends anymore. We really, really work hard. Now, I say work. We're not working on a job site. There's always something to do. I'd say that's probably one of my biggest faults is I know that there's always something that I could be doing that I can tweak. I can go work on this or I can change that. And so I'm always trying to balance that, but we try not to work on weekends. Obviously once with all the COVID shit last year, everything kind of changed. And then once we started doing the missing, then it was 7 days a week. And we just kind of got into that mindset when they first talked to us. we had brought up the idea, and then they said, yeah, we want to do it. And okay, so how often do you think? Every day. Like 7 days? Yeah, like every day. Okay, so that took a minute. But then once it set in, we got into that mode. Getting out of that mode was nice because we weren't working, but my brain was still like, oh, there's always something to do. So we're going to try more so this fall into winter to be able to set aside time. And there's times that I have to get on my calendar and say, this is happening, or we're doing this. So like the last time we really, really chilled out and just did nothing, it didn't involve alcohol, but it wasn't like we set out to do that. It was New Year's Eve, and we drank more than we thought we were. And that next, I think it was a Sunday, then was the first. We actually sat around the whole day. We had friends that stayed over the night, and we sat around the whole day on Sunday and did nothing. And I'm like, man, that is, but I didn't feel bad about it. That's where my problem is I start feeling bad that I'm not doing something. It's a mental.
Yeah, I have that too.
You know, it's like, okay.
If I don't, like some days I'm going to be honest, and I have to tell myself I've earned the fact that some days I don't even wash a window. But if I don't do something, I don't feel productive. You know what I'm saying? I feel guilty leaving my company. That's hard to get away from.
It is. It's really, and I guess maybe some of it's the entrepreneurial mindset.
Shit.
What's that?
I just noticed Tim's belly. That shirt don't fit like it used to, Tim.
No,
It ain't gonna be too long. It ain't gonna be too long, and they're gonna call you Squeegee, you fat bastard.
Yeah.
Boom power.
Sorry, Kevin. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's all right. No, it is a bit of a sickness to be able to have downtime, because I think what really kind of set it off was I noticed on one of the pages somebody was saying, well, what's your hobby other than work? And I was like,
preparing for work.
Yeah.
work, setting up.
I got a dirty secret. I got a dirty secret for everybody here. I started my business 6-7 years now ago. I have not been away from this business more than 3 days.
Good for you.
No, not good for me.
Not good for
Not
you,
good
man.
for you.
No, not at all, man.
That's the dumbest
No.
fucking thing ever.
I
cannot.
I'm all
Like when we
for it.
went down to Branson, we went to fucking the side by side trip, all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
You notice I'm never gone more than 3 days ever.
Yeah.
I just can't. That's one shitty downside to being the only dude doing the work. Is
Well, I gotta tell you, because I just come off a 9-day vacation, which is the
Good
longest
for
vacation
you.
I've taken in 20 years. But you know what? I was done at 5. Honestly,
Yeah.
I was done at 5, and it wasn't about where I was or what I was doing. It was just about, and it wasn't about getting back to my business.
Off the
I was
mayo.
just fucking done. What's that?
Junior said, "What the fuck is HD's
Thanks to
real
mayo,
name?"
man.
He said, "Lay off the mayo, G."
It ain't the mayo. It's the fucking queso. It's fucking Chipotle. I literally eat Chipotle 4 to 5 times a week.
Dude, I
For
fucking
dinner.
love. You know what? I thought Chipotle was like TikTok. You know what I mean? That's for kids. You know what I'm saying? And then Elena's
Right.
like, "Dad, just try it one time." And dude, I love that fucking place, man.
I
That's
ate the shit out of it.
Dude, their queso.
Queso-
Hey, their queso's the
1,500
jam.
calories.
It's the jam. Hey, Tim.
Chipotle's a half
Tim.
mile
Tim.
from my
Hey,
house.
Tim.
Yeah.
I get a burrito with queso on it, and then I get queso and chips on the side, my guy.
You gotta have the large. You can't,
Yeah,
you can't
yeah.
have that little thing. You gotta get that fucking large, boy.
Woo!
That's it. That's the secret to getting this belly. Body by queso.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
but
yeah.
so,
Jennifer's like, TJ's bound up. He'll be in there for a while. Shitting liquid cheese.
I tell you what, I don't know what I ate the other day, boy, but and I let some good farts out. I think I recorded a few, but I don't know, like a dead animal. I went in there and took a shit,
Yeah,
and it's
White
the first
Castle.
time in all the years me and Jennifer been together. I told her straight up, I was like, you cannot go in there for a while. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, you gotta stay, like old dude said, I was like, you gotta stay out of there like 30, 45 minutes. It is bad. It is real
Was that
bad.
the new bathroom?
Yes.
Fucking that
Hey,
smell.
we had to
off the walls
repaint,
and
Mark.
shit.
We had to repaint, dude. It was bad, dude.
Dude, I was getting the corn salsa, fucking Chipotle on my shit every time, right?
Hey, I'm glad you're
And
doing
then
good.
fucking- Then you start seeing the corn floaters in the fucking toilets, like, no more corn.
Oh, dude.
Done with that shit.
See, now, since we've been doing keto, we're about almost 3 years into it now. The only time I get really, really bad upset stomach and destroy a bathroom is when we go and eat something I shouldn't be eating. And my body is like, oh, that's coming out, and that's coming out quick.
I tell you what. I tell you what gets me every fucking time now is a Mountain Dew. Every time I have a fucking Mountain Dew, I am shitting. I am shitting, and I used to drink that shit
Sugar.
like crazy. Like Mountain Dew, just bang, bang, bang. I'd be banging them fucking things out, man. And now, if I drink one Mountain Dew, I am shitting.
Man, fucking Burger King.
Coffee
onion
and Mountain Dew. Coffee
White
and Mountain Dew,
Castle.
I can't do it, man. Like coffee, like in the wintertime, I'll drink a cup of coffee in the morning, I'll take a shit, and then like I'll be out at cleaning the windows. I'll have to go home because I got to shit again. Like I have to shit bad.
I'll drink my coffee in the morning, iced coffee, and then like within 20 minutes, if I'm not at my shop, I'm at a Home Depot.
Yeah, you're that one that shits anywhere.
Yeah, I can't do it, man. I'm with you, Mark. I can't do it.
Wait, let's take a little. Let's go around the clock here. Kevin, what about you? Anywhere is no problem.
Anywhere. Matter
Okay,
of
so they
fact,
got
right
two.
now we've
Tim,
done.
yeah, Tim will shit anywhere too. I can tell. I guess
I'll
we
go
lost. I guess
anywhere.
I lost.
Tim was in the army.
I go anywhere.
Timmy was in the army. He's got to shit
Yeah, I'll
anywhere.
go anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna turtle for anybody.
Listen, bro.
I'll just
Listen,
tell you
I'll
that.
tell you right now. If I feel like I can make it, I will fucking drive 30 fucking minutes home to take a shit. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not shitting it. I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it.
If I got, if it's explosive,
stall.
I'm not saying, I'm not saying I've never shit in a public toilet. I mean, there are instances where you're not going to make it home. You know what I mean? You got to shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But,
right.
hey, listen,
Right,
if I
truck stops are the best. They're the foulest smelling, but they're the best if you got to go in and just you can't hold it because
Truck
everybody's
stop.
in there just.
I've
destroying.
found that Lowe's restrooms are usually always pretty well cleaned.
Lowe's.
They're always doing that shit. They're always cleaning.
Yeah, Lowe's,
it's a lot
Home
better than the-
Depot,
Yeah.
and Menards. They're usually pretty good about having clean toilets. The hardware stores are pretty good about that.
Yeah.
Right.
Look,
TJ,
if
you want
I'm
some
pushing-
mountain poo?
If I'm, I don't care where I'm at. If I'm pushing fabric,
You're right.
I'm finding the pot. Matter of fact, we've been doing more residential this year,
Uh-huh.
and it's kind of gotten to the point where now it's like almost a standard thing. Like I'm gonna shit in the customer's toilet.
Oh man,
I
dude.
have to go. And now it's like, well, I did every one so far, so I might as well just keep going.
Just keep going for it, man. I
Yeah.
respect that.
Hey,
I'm just
Shane,
gonna listen to every one.
Shane, fucking, he doesn't do it anymore because we're not friends anymore. But Michael Shane Pritchard, the guy that did all the G.I. Joe shit for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude was steady sends you every fucking day, him at Lowe's taking his shit. Every day, shit. I just can't.
There's about 20 other dudes in there taking a shit at the same time.
Yeah.
I go in at 7:15, all you see is work boots, and people go,
Yo, you hang out with them.
pushing mud, son.
Fuck that.
Pushing mud, man. I just can't do it.
I just don't get. I mean, don't you have a routine in the morning that you go to? In
Yeah,
your
my
own?
routine is I ate like a maniac the night before, and now I have no control over my bowels, so I have to go wherever the fuck I'm at. My favorite is I do a 55-plus community. I always look forward to doing these houses because everyone's old,
Yeah.
but they always have basement sliders, and they have a nice bathroom down there. They can't get down the stairs. They're never coming down there.
And
And
you
I
go
sit
and
there
wreck
like
their
20 minutes
fucking
taking
house,
shit.
you animal.
I've never. I feel bad asking to use a customer's bathroom. I feel terrible.
Oh, I piss in the first customer's house no matter what. Unless they want me to do it outside too. Because I drank a coffee, an energy drink. I drank all that shit all the way for 45 minutes. That's got to go somewhere.
Right.
Dude,
And I'm already late, so I can't stop at a gas station.
We worked with this heavy kid, Jamie, who was known for taking shits at people's houses. And he went downstairs in a split-level ranch to do the downstairs, and I'm talking to the customer. He's cleaning, and the guy's like, oh, yeah, if you have to use the bathroom, just make sure you don't use the downstairs one. The toilet's broken. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I go down, and I'm like, yo, Jamie. And I like kind of knock on the door, and he's like, yeah, 1 minute. And I'm like, yeah, that toilet doesn't work, dude. And he's like, really? He already had taken his shit in it? He went and got a 5-gallon bucket and had to scoop all that shit out of the toilet.
I don't know who Rob Rhodes is, but that's fucking hilarious. Grab them grunt bars.
Rob's the guy that's working.
Oh, dude, you see the little toes kind of kick up? I told you this when we were in Lowe's. It was me, the guy Craig who works for me, and my brother. And we all had to take a shit. We've been drinking the night before, and there's probably 4 other guys in the stall, and I know where Craig's sitting, and I just hear him sit on the toilet and go, Siri, why is there blood in my stool? Like, super loud. And the 2 guys next to him like, yo, what the fuck? He's like, you guys have any toilet paper over there? Can you hand it to me?
Dude, you seen those guys that go in the bathroom and they'll get in the stall next to someone and put Nutella on their hand and reach?
Yeah,
give me
yeah.
some toilet paper.
Yeah.
I would wreck that fucking.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Yeah, you
No,
can't be doing that.
No, Rob is the guy that's working with us now.
Oh, okay.
And we just had this conversation today because we had to. It's kind of like a joke about how often we're going to have to take a leak, you know.
Uh-huh.
And so we go to the bathroom and at the hospital. He's kind of like urinal, toilet, urinal. I better go for the toilet. And so he goes in there, and I joked when he came out. I'm like, you know that it's going to be a good shit when I can audibly hear him grab the handy. I hear the and
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Dude, nothing better than pooping out of a hospital because it smells like shit anyway. Clark is going to die.
Yeah, no, dude, I am so fucking anal about this stuff that every office building I clean, every office building I clean, I know where there's vacant floors, where I know I could go to the 7th floor and there's nothing there. No tenants, no nothing, and the bathroom is going to be clean because no one uses it, and that's a rare occasion. That's a rare occasion.
If it's a commercial building, I'll destroy it.
I will drive the fuck home. I will drive the fuck home.
Yeah, I you know, I've had accidents though, you know, and I've told you about the time I shit my pants and Grandma squirt me out from the front yard in my underwear. You know what I mean? Like let's, yeah, I we were right across the street over here. There's a development over here. They're building spec home, and we went. And me and Jeremy, the guy's brother I bought the business from, we're doing this house, and I fucking was like sick for 3 days before that, and they finally taught me like, you gotta come help us. There's no way we're gonna get this done. So I was like, all right, I'll come and do it, you know. So I'm fucking outside, and it was one of those summertime flus where you get fucking the flu in the fucking summer, and you know what I mean. So I'm like, my stomach's gurgling, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, dude, I'm going to have to go over to my grandma's house. Jeremy's like, dude, we're almost done. I'm like, bro, I've got to go to the bathroom, my guy. And as I'm fucking bitching at him we got to go to my grandma's house, I fucking drop my towel. I bend over to pick up the towel, and I fucking shit all over myself. And when I say I shit all over myself, I mean... shit ran down my legs, into my shoes, my socks. I had shit all over. Jeremy is fucking about fucking dead laughing at me. Dead. And I'm like going, and I'm fucking like, I'm like waddling to the truck. I'm like, dude, I gotta go to my grandma's house. You gotta drive me to fucking grandma's right now. He's like, I go to grab the door. He's like, you're not getting in the fucking truck, dude.
No.
I was like, are you serious? He's like, get in the back of the truck, hold on to the ladder rack. I had to drive a quarter mile and standing with shit all over me in the back of. Oh my dude!
A shit parade.
I get to the house thinking like my grandma's gonna fucking, you know, she loves me dearly to death. You know what I mean? My grandma just loves me. You know what I mean? I do anything for her. I get there. If I'm gonna get sympathy, it's gonna be from her. I get to the house. I knock on the. my grandma's sitting on the front porch with my grandpa. She's like, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "I shit my pants." She's like, "Well, damn, you got it." She's like, "Well, you got it all down your legs." And I was like, "Yeah." And I go to grab the door. Yeah, I go to grab the door. I go to grab the door handle to go in the house. She's like, "You ain't going in my house like that." I said, she's like, "Strip down right here. I'll squirt you off with the hose first." This woman made me stand in the fucking driveway in my fucking underwear. Jeremy is, he almost pissed himself. If there would have been cell phones with fucking cameras back then, I would have never lived this town. I'm standing in the front yard getting squirt off by my grandma.
That's fucking.
She wouldn't even wash my clothes. She made me throw them away. I fucking had to go back and finish these houses in my grandpa's fucking leisure clothes. You know.
I gotta ask.
Fucking
polyester.
Yeah, dude. Hey, bro, I had polyester pants on that were cinched up super tight.
How old were you when this occurred?
I want to say 28, 29 years old.
I did that to myself.
But I would pay to be your grandmother's neighbor.
Birthday. I used to have an hour ride to work on my 28th birthday, and I have to drive through Boston, so there's no pulling over, there's no stopping. And then once I get to the city, I have 15 minutes to work. So I hit the tunnel, my stomach's like, oh, god damn. So I get all the way to work, and then I have this long hallway that I have to walk to get to the bathroom. And I'm like, oh man, I'm hustling around. And all of a sudden, my boss is like, "Hey, Seth," and I turned around and I dropped like half a hard-boiled egg in my underwear, and I was like, and I'm talking to him with like this look, like there's shit in my underwear, not trying to tell him I shit my pants at work, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be right back," and go to the bathroom. I'm like, God damn it! I throw my underwear in the trash, and I work the whole rest of the day free ball, and I was like, God damn it! I'm 28 years old.
You know what, Seth? I am never fucking hanging out with you again.
Hey, listen, I want you to tell me there ain't a motherfucker sitting here on this podcast right now that ain't fucking in the last 10 years ain't lifted their leg to fart and shit on themselves. There's not one person here that has not done that. And I'm not talking like shitting down their leg. Mark, you fucking liar.
You got that fucking prolapse thing going.
No. No. Mark is such a fucking liar, dude.
Hershey squirt, like when you're sick and you're just like,
Mark's
oh god,
such a liar. You ain't fucking squirted a little bit. You're a damn liar, bro. There's no way Mark Tanner does not have skid marks in his underwear.
I've
no
done
way.
An occasional dusting, but I haven't got the liquid out, okay?
Dusting, whatever, dude.
Like you
I don't
dust
let
the
my
tomatoes.
wife if she saw my underwear, she'd probably leave
Look,
it.
I gotta say just one more thing, though. And I don't know the theory or anything about this, but I will say this. I don't care from where you're standing. When you you take your underwear off and heave them towards the hamper, they will always land like a cat with the shit side up, no matter what.
Dude, I have a hamper in my closet. So I'm like,
you
no,
have a hamper in the back seat, you fucking animal.
Dude, it looks like someone did a fucking serious burnout. And I've watched them multiple times. I'm like, I should throw these away. I'm like, no, it's still good. These are work underwear
The
now.
Posy traction's working perfectly.
Yeah, Seth, you know that Amazon has that automatic delivery. You might want to put underwear on that list.
Sounds to me like you just need to get yourself a subscription to MeUndies, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, I need to do something. Like, I tried the polyester underwear. That works pretty good.
He said,
really
I got skid marks in my drawers.
Well, I mean, if
You gotta
save them.
You gotta wipe better, dude. You gotta wipe better.
Yeah.
Dude, I definitely am an improper wiper.
Oh man, dude.
Clear.
He's one and done.
Dude,
I got shit to do.
I'm a serial wiper. I go through all the toilet paper. I'm wiping my ass 1,000 times. I just can't help it.
If you're not using wet wipes,
A brown mark.
I
on your
can't.
ass?
No, dude. Wet wipes fuck your booty hole up. You're gonna regret that one of these days. You'll see. You'll see. You'll see. You'll see. You'll see. My stepdad swore.
Hey, you want to see
My
it?
my stepdad swore by those fucking wet wipes until he had the fucking giant fucking cyst on his asshole. He had to have drained and packed with shit.
And they jam a wick in your ass.
Yeah, dude. I'm good, bro. Oh, bro, dude.
It's because you're pulling out your booty hairs and getting infections, man. You can't be doing that.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful.
Gotta be careful, dude.
What a great conversation.
Yeah,
Mark is
shitting.
I'm sitting there thinking about
That's
that.
what
You
gets
have,
me
like,
is Mark
fucking
gets
abs.
Mark
I
gets
can't
all
believe the king of farts.
yeah.
Is
Mark gets all
being
weird about that shit.
weird about
This
this.
guy's got 1,000 different dudes' dicks in his fucking phone.
Right.
No,
right.
no,
You
no,
are
no.
you are a
No,
damn lie.
200, TJ.
Okay, 200 different dicks in his phone. Farts in his phone constantly, and then puts it up to his face and talks on it.
That's the thing these guys don't know. When you actually meet Mark in person,
The amount,
and
yeah,
if you want to shake his hand, you gotta give him a picture of your dick.
yeah.
And snap.
I want you. I guarantee you, if you put Mark's fucking phone under a black light, it's splatter with fecal matter. No question in my mind. No question.
Wait. I only had to show him a picture of it?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. You just all you had to do was a picture. Yeah. Yeah, just a picture, Kevin. You went too far, guy. Yeah,
If he likes it, he sends you off with an autographed Squeegee Live AWC magazine.
There you go.
Mark's been making a
Nice
killing
to
on
meet
those.
you.
Mark's been selling those for $10 a pop.
Yeah, autograph.
Autographed. He's
forging R3s.
Hey, he's
autographed.
because he's got one of those auto writers like the presidents use now. That's how fucking high dollar Mark is now. The Towel Czar has his own auto writer now. The Towel Czar, Mark Tanner. Every time I want to tell you something. Every time I order something from WCR, I always buy 3 or 4 fucking Squeegee Live towels.
I appreciate you, man.
Every time.
We got them in yet?
No matter what it is, no
Yep.
matter what I'm buying.
Actually, we got an email. They're on the water, so within
cool.
2 weeks we should have them.
Cool.
You know, I've got a case and a half, but they're on the water, which means that they're on their way.
Cool. That seemed to
So,
be
yeah,
everyone
I'll
really
be
seems to
having
be liking them. That's good for you,
Yeah, they're
man.
good
Yeah,
towels.
man, they're great. I love
I
them.
actually need to order some because I've only had the ones that Mark gave me for free at the show.
They
No.
work good though. You like them, right, Kevin?
Oh yeah, they work great. Yeah,
Kevin, tell me you like them.
No.
I like them.
So Kevin,
Like them.
Kevin, do you like them? Do you like those towels?
Yeah. I'll send you a dozen.
I know I have 60 of them. So I bought 20, then another 20, and then I think about another 20 from Mark.
Yeah, every time I get something, order something from WCR, I always throw 4 fucking Squeegee Live towels in my cart every time. That's
I bought 18 and TJ gave me 2.
That's the get me over $50 fucking thing every time. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know, yeah. I always like. Well, I need fucking $16 or $24 to get over 50. I'm just gonna fucking toss some in there or whatever.
I gotta try that Pull-X that was the uni handle. I gotta try that thing. I'm gonna give that thing a shot.
Dude,
Yeah,
Well, this is.
Okay, wait a minute.
No, wait.
Go ahead.
If you guys, Tim, Mark, Seth, I'll have you guys sent a uni handle out. I'll make it.
Is that the Pulex one?
Yep, I'll make it so.
I've always wanted to. It seems cool.
Our sponsor, windowcleaner.com, will send the 4 of us tools to try out and review on the show.
I would like to.
We're supposed to be reviewing that green rubber, but Tim ain't never gonna buy
That's what
none.
I want to talk about.
Okay.
I want to talk about the green rubber.
All right, go ahead, Mark.
Well, I'm very particular when it comes to the rubber that I use, and I was skeptical.
Unger Green
And
Power Rubber.
Yeah, the Unger Green rubber. The first thing I tried it in was the 0 degree,
Mhm.
and it's like faster than anything I've ever used. I mean, I'm like, if this stuff lasts, I'm in. Okay, and I think I went 3 weeks on the first side. Now, granted, I don't use the 0 turn on every window, but I use it many times a day. Okay, and I probably get 2.5 times average life out of the green rubber compared to any other black rubber. Now, I will say this, and I haven't figured out why, because I like to try to figure shit out. The second side is never as good as the first side, and I think that's just because it's been sitting in water for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But other than
That air you're putting on the other side too is making that when you flip the side, you're not having all that thickness of the rubber anymore.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I feel like it just breaks down faster.
I gotta tell you though, if you gotta trim it with a razor blade, it just cuts right through. Like if you're gonna take the corners off it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, like I gave a piece to my buddy Gary, and I said, I want you to try this. And then he called me back before he even used it, and he said, yeah, well, I already saw the price. And I go, if it lasts 3 times as long and costs twice as much, you're ahead of the game, my boy.
Right.
And he called me back and he said it's almost too fast. It's so good.
I'm gonna be honest with you. My experience with my very first experience, I got the Black Series channel, and it came with a piece of green rubber, and I fucking loved it, and I used the shit out of it. And I, like Seth, I was using one side for like a fucking month. You know, it lasted. It wasn't leaving lines. It was beautiful. This next batch that I got, I feel like it's been changed. It's been tampered with.
You think?
Yeah, it's to me.
Got a bad batch. I would have sent it back. I kind
of feel the same way.
Do you think that's what it is? Go ahead.
I loved it in the beginning, and the issue I've had recently is it feels like it gets sticky.
Kevin, I'm with you, man. It's sticky.
It's like,
it's not. It wasn't sticky the first time I used it.
Nope.
And the only thing that I can think is that it was when I got the Black Series channel. It was cool outside, and I'm thinking now that this stuff come out, it's warmer out. The glass I'm hitting is always sitting in the fucking sun. Maybe it's tacking up because of the heat, but Mark says that he loves it, and he lives in fucking Florida, and he's not experiencing that.
Hot as hell,
and you're not experiencing it. It's just sticky. It's tacky.
No.
Really.
I think you could have got a bad batch because, to be honest with you, WCR was out, so I ordered from Unger directly. When I bought 3 12-packs after I had the first 12-pack, and nobody's had an issue with it. So I'm just wondering if maybe you got a couple bad batches. I probably would have sent it back because they're pretty good on the return.
Well, I'm not gonna send back rubber fake rubber that Chris gave me for free. Like, listen, motherfucker, send me another dozen.
No.
I really wish, but I know it'll never happen. They made it in a T-shape because Unger don't make a T-shape channel.
Yeah.
But I'd love to put that in a Sorbo.
Yeah, me too.
Well, what you got to do?
That's that Legend channel, right?
Yeah, or you can get a Luke the window cleaner channel if you want an 18. I'll send you one. It'll take round top rubber, Mark.
My Legend is a 22, and they only make that rubber up to 18 inches for some reason right now.
Or how about you just buy a 22 or a 24-inch fucking Ninja channel and just cut the fucking ends off of that bitch.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, I even put it...
I'm a black diamond rubber guy. That's just all there is to it.
I even sacrificed a piece. I even sacrificed a piece, and it killed me to cut it. But I made a 6-inch cut up with brass. Well, that shit is bad.
It's nasty, man.
Every one of my I have 8 like small channels for each, like for single poles. I put green rubber in all of them. I was like, I don't care. I
seen the one bad review. Well, it was a review, and he said I went back to Black Diamond, and I think that's the thing is once you're used to the Black Diamond, you just even when I go back to Etiquette, it's a weak learning curve to get back to where I can use Etiquette because I always get that skip. Boom.
I have a hard time with Sorbo rubber. Every time I get like a channel from the review, I mean I buy it. He doesn't send it to me for free. But every time I use that fucking Sorbo, there's nothing wrong with the Sorbo rubber, but every fucking time it's just like I can't clean fucking windows anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I will just say this. I know factually that the Sorbo rubber that's in a roll is not the same pre-cut. It's a different formula, I think, because it's a roll. And I absolutely will not buy that. I thought it was, I'm going to buy, a 10, 20-foot roll of it and just cut them as I go. And I'm like, this is not even close to the original. And keeping in mind that when you buy a channel that already has the rubber in it, that rubber and channel could be a year old.
Right.
And it's not protected in the channel while it's bouncing around on the shelf.
Right.
So you can't expect... I usually get a new squeegee that comes with the rubber, and I don't expect to use that rubber very long. Now, I will say this. On the green rubber, when I flipped it, I noticed, you know how you can flip your traditional black rubber and easily tell what side was, like you pull it out and then you're like,
Right.
oh, wait a minute, which side did? You can't hardly tell on that green stuff.
Right.
It does not wear.
Right.
And I don't care. Tim, I know you do it. I squeegee every fucking sill with that shit.
Yep, I do too. I don't know. So Mark, you give it a thumbs up?
I give it 100%.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. I am super surprised with that. That's a fucking that right there.
You know I'm particular
yes,
about rubber.
that right there's a good recommendation.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Look at that cool ass thing Tim's got there. Show that again, Tim. Tim, show that again. All our Patreon $10 plus members gonna get one of them.
Nice.
Those are badass.
That's fucking gangster,
But
right?
listen, I'm going to say one more thing about the green rubber. And you know, TJ, because we've talked about it, I am very particular. I don't care. For me, the rubber is irrelevant compared to other industry. It's an expendable. But if I don't like the rubber, I don't care how cheap it is. I ain't buying it.
Right.
But point this. From the minute I put that green rubber on a zero turn, I was like, my eyes got big. I'm like, this motherfucker is faster than anything I've ever felt.
So
It
you
just-
know, just a caveat there. I just like the fact that Mark uses that handle now, because I made him my bitch. I made him my bitch.
I gotta buy one of those things.
I had to eat my words on that.
Order one.
Yeah, because Mark gave me a fucking shitload of shit about using that. That fucking, what did you call it? The flippity doodah or whatever it was. He was busting my fuck.
Yeah.
I want you to get your flippity doodah. I'm gonna kick your ass. And I'm like, all right, dude.
No,
And now
I
he's
was wrong.
using it. I like that. So Seth,
here's the
Seth,
thing.
of course, Seth's got a thumbs up, right? The green,
I'm a thumbs up on it.
Unger Green
I'm a thumbs
Power
up.
Rubber thumbs up. I'll give it a partial thumbs up. Mark's giving it a thumbs up. Kevin Hargis is giving it a partial thumbs up, and all you gotta do is go to windowcleaner.com and buy yourself some fucking Unger Green rubber, man. And all you got, if you buy it, I mean, it's $50 fucking for a dozen, so you're gonna get it shipped to you for free.
Yeah.
Free shipping. You're probably 2 or 3 days out no matter where you live in the United States. So go to windowcleaner.com, get your fucking window cleaning supplies, you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Is that HD Sadie goes to Home Depot?
I started buying Etiquette rubber at Home Depot.
Don't do that. Those are the last. No, those always have a line in them.
Yeah, always.
Have you? Have any of you guys used the new Polacks yet?
I have one.
Yeah.
I haven't.
No.
I was supposed to pick one up.
I'm not going to give my review on it
up.
until Mark, Tim, and Seth get theirs. And then I'm going to let them try it, and then I'm going to do the video on it probably mid to late September. I'm not going to say anything about it.
You want to see the original prototype? I have it.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see it. I'm in.
Pull it out.
Why
Pull it
not?
out, big Kev.
Oh, Kev, get it out. Let's see it, big guy. I got the original prototype. You want to see my wiener?
Hey, I want to advertise this. If you guys don't have one of these,
Yes, I do.
I highly recommend these things.
That's the salt.
I have one.
Those are fun,
yeah.
man.
I have one.
These are fun. So that's all we do is sit there and.
Shoot each other. It's a blast, man.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's so much fun. I mean, kill bugs.
No, I end up just shooting people.
Like that bug zapper thing that looks like a tennis racket. I light people's ass up with that thing.
You're a real asshole, Mark. I like
Oh,
that.
yeah, I am.
I like mine.
I love them. They're fun.
What are you talking about,
Put
Jason?
rock salt in it.
What are you talking about, Jay? Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, you're out on that island, but yeah, those bug assault rifles are fucking dope, dude. Jennifer and Elena, they're always shooting fucking flies. We love that fucking thing. It's a good time. Let's see it, Kevin Hargis. Mister, I'm going to pull out my wiener and show everybody. Wow.
Yeah, this is the original one.
That's the flippity doodah, huh?
Okay, now I'm gonna tell you how to fix that thing. First of all, hold it up, Kev, so I can see the rubber. Flippity do it. There you go. That piece right there that holds the rubber, that gotta go. That's gotta go because
I need to see what the new ones look like.
Just like that.
This was part of the feedback that this would slide. See how easy that slides?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
that was part of the feedback that I gave, that this was not tight enough and there's no way to tighten it.
Yeah.
I hate it when they grab the rubber like that, especially the ones with the.
The other thing, I cut it off, but right here, there was a little white scrub strip.
Yeah.
I got the concept, but when you would flip it, that all that thing would do was just hold water and think.
Right in your face, yeah.
That. Let me see the other side of that, Tim. I mean, Kevin. Flip. Yeah. That almost looks like a Mormon product, you know, by design. What's the handle look like? Yeah, that looks like. What is that green thing on the top?
That's so you unlock that controls your how much side to side you've got in your handle. It'll lock it, and then it'll partially stop it, and then you got full action all the way back. So I got
a test for you. I want you to lock it, hold it up in front of the camera, and then wiggle it like this. Is it tight?
No.
Yeah.
The Marco fucking PS page. Your tools are too loose.
No.
Your tools are too loose. I can't use this washer. I'm like, they fucking tighten it down with a screwdriver, you fucking crybaby.
Grab a dime.
Huh?
What I did like about it.
Lock it and tighten it whatever you want.
Right.
I used to do.
So all you need is a dime.
I didn't get a chance to use it too much, but the one thing that I liked was that you can go to 70 degrees on this thing. So if you had like a really, really hard high ledge or something, you can put that at a super steep angle and you can still get in there. This one's been sitting for a while, kind of all just rolled up. So that's why it's not flipping back like it should. But,
right.
So yeah, I got to get the new one to see what differences. I know they took the scrub strip off.
I'm going to say, the one thing I will say, I'm not a fan of that. I'm particular on channels, man, and I'm not a fan of that channel.
Well, it's pretty much just a standard.
Yeah, it'd be cool. I haven't tried it yet, but I want to see if it'll go on a different fucking channel. I can't do it, man. I can't do it, dude.
Well, unless they change this design where you're clipless, the only thing that it's going to work on is something that'll take clipless, which is Unger has it.
Yep.
IPC has it. Mormon has it. Yep. So other than that, you're not going to put.
I'm an Unger guy, so I'm good.
Netterate channel.
Yeah.
My only concern, is not so much that. My concern is whether or not those clips on the end will, you know what I mean, slide over the end of the channel.
Those clips hold the flipping you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flippity do.
And it slides in and out, not too bad.
That's what she said.
I thought this part was it's basically a long piece of plastic that holds. I thought it was a little too stiff. It needed to be able to flip a little bit easier. So, like I said, I need to get the new one. I almost messaged Jersey today and said, "Hey, send me a 14 or an 18," but I got busy and forgot. But I want to see what the differences are.
It's neat. You know, I want to use it some more. That's why I said I want to. I mean, I could have done a review on it. I could have used it for a day and fucking did a review on it, but I don't want to do that.
I just want your opinion. TJ, I know we're not doing a review on that tool right now, but as a 0 degree, it obviously will go to 0, a true 0.
Yes. Which.
Okay. Is it good as a 0T?
What? That?
Have you used it as a 0 yet?
No. There's nothing better than the Unger 0 degree handle. There's nothing better than it. I don't care what nobody on YouTube says. Steve-O, Name Brand Radio, fucking Captain Crunch, fucking Trad Man, all them fucking nerds. There's nothing better than the Unger 0 degree on a fucking pole. There's nothing that beats it. If you can't work it, then get good. That's all I can tell you. Get good.
Yeah.
Get good.
Yeah.
Because it's just rock solid. My problem with the combination flip tools is this. That fucking thing does not scrub good.
Right.
It can't. You get no leverage.
It just does not scrub good. Now, if you're doing something high once a fucking week, every fucking week, then that'll be a good tool. But if you got to scrub that, forget about it. That's not what it's made for. So, and for me, if I'm carrying tools on my belt, just me personally, if I'm going to bother buying it and having it, it's going to work in every situation, or why the fuck do I have it? That's just me. If you watch my YouTube videos, I got a fucking 14 or an 18 that I use by hand, and Unger 0 Degree with a 14-inch fucking squeegee channel on it. Every video. And an 18-inch washer. That's what I use all the time. All the time.
Yeah.
Nothing beats the 0 Degree. Nothing. Nothing!
For me, I like to have one of the flip tools. For a lot of times we'll have windows, like we were just doing them at the hospital today. They're 10 or 11 feet tall. Mm-hmm. I don't want to get a ladder out. And I can do it with a regular squeegee just fine.
Right.
I can do the flick pad and get the top down far enough that they're coming behind me and knocking the bottoms out. And we move pretty quick through it. So, and then the other place that it worked really well is when we're doing patient rooms. Only one of us goes in, because we don't want to cause any issues. We don't want to take up a lot of space. And I don't want to have a bunch of tools that I got to unhook and hook. So I literally walk in with I'm using the 2.0, the Mormon 2.0. I'll have that on the Maker Mini because the Mini is nice. I can get in tight spaces, but I can also extend. So in the patient room, it worked great. And I've got my belt and stuff on, but that's all I have with me.
Right.
And I pull the shades up. I wet the window really quick, squeegee it down.
Wait. I might have missed something, Kevin. They're allowing you to clean windows in a hospital with patients in the room?
Yes.
Really? Because I have a hospital that, oh no, that ain't happening.
Well, I could tell you this.
I'm really surprised that they're...
I'm not doubting those tools. I mean, like I said, every tool's got its place, just like a water fit pole. I'm not saying that it'd be a bad purchase. I mean, when you spend $50 on it, you're going to make $50 with it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? You're going to make $50 with it, guys. Come on. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, fucking the Unger 0 Degree is... And this is what pisses me off, is because Unger shows me no love. Unger 0 Degree is popular because of me. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Eat my asshole. Show me some love. But it's just solid. It's rock solid. You just can't beat it. You can't beat it. It's rock solid. Rock solid. You can't beat it. An Unger 0 Degree with an S Plus channel, it just can't be fucked with. Watch a T-Squeegee video and I'll show you. Watch them closeouts. That shit's butter. Butter. Butter.
Mark, to answer your question a little bit more, we are not going in isolation rooms. We only go in. So if there's any contact isolation, respiratory isolation, droplet isolation, we're not going in.
I got some Marcus Bay modded tools I will never get rid of.
It's only in areas that we can safely work. So,
well, dudes,
we were a nice view today.
I'm going to tell you this has been a nice show. Kevin, thank you for coming on. If you guys want to buy some towels or some t-shirts from us, go to www.squeegeelife.com. You want to become a Patreon member and get cool stuff, go to patreon.com/squeegeelife. Thank our sponsors, Start Smart Box over at startsmartbox.com. American Window Cleaner Magazine, even though they don't really sponsor us, I just say they do. Zero WCR, you know what I mean, windowcleaner.com. They're the shit. Maker Products, of course. And last but definitely not least, Black Diamond Squeegee Rubber. We'd like to thank all our sponsors, man. You guys are the shit. Thank all our Patreon members, all our listeners. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Thank you, Kevin, for coming on the show with us. I know you're not usually used to fucking running around with 4 Neanderthals like us, but, you know, it's nice that you grace us with your presence occasionally. You know what I mean? Every now and then we need a little bit of unicorn farts in this podcast. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So we appreciate you coming on. We appreciate you. And you know, one of these days you're going to have to fucking pay me back for them chicken nuggets. One of these days. You know what I mean?
There you go.
One of these days,
we're chicken nugget buddies. But we'll be back next week with a guestless podcast. So we'll probably be it'll be Hard Body Karate, and I don't know. We'll try to get us a guest the week after. We'll see. Maybe we can get Eddie on here or someone else. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next week.